guess who's back? So I can't run the oh, that's because my headphones are up like super high. Okay, hang on. Let me like. Okay, so I can't use the ad blocker on here. Let me full screen this. I can't use the ad blocker on here, so we're stuck having to like see this for however long this is gonna take. I think I might wait for like one or two people to like join the thing. Um, I think those posts should have went live, so I'll just put the do not disturb on right now. Um, yeah. While we wait for people to get here, I'm just gonna go through and kind of just find all the finished art and grab those real quick. Just so we have something to do while we wait for people to actually like join, chat, and everything. Um, so we're gonna be ranking all of my finished art in 2025. There's gonna be a few exceptions. Art that was done either as art raffle prizes or as either art raffle prizes or for other people like commissions and stuff. Even though I've had like one commission this year, we will not be including that because I don't know. It'd be weird if I ranked art that I didn't consider that wasn't for myself. Like I think that would be like a little uncomfortable in a sense. I'm also gonna leave out the dice stickers. I think just because there's a lot of them, and like I'm gonna feel like similarly about like all of them anyways. So I'm gonna leave those out. No, right. This was a prize. Grab this real quick. Oh, we'll start in a bit. I don't think there's actually that many to go through. I should have done this earlier, but so there isn't like too much back and forth. We're just gonna start with like a good handful before we actually get into everything. This should all be in order, which is neat. Okay. Or maybe there isn't like actually maybe there isn't like too much more to go through. No, there's still quite a bit of scrolling to do. So we'll start here. I do kind of want to wait for people though. I just got to keep an eye on the time because I don't know how long this is gonna take, and I'm a little worried. Um, that being said, I should scroll back down to like the first piece of 2025 so we can actually like take a good hard look at it. This is definitely an interesting stream. I guess we'll start. So I wanted to do a New Year's piece. I think I did all right on this one. I still like it a lot. I do love my funny little druid blorbos and like their very nice like evening gown kind of stuff. Aries' dress here is always like really fun to draw. She's had that outfit since like 20 not 2016, like 2018 I think. I'm trying to remember when we ran Snowblind, my cousin. Um I think it's good. I think for what it is, it's like a really like cute piece. That being said, I'm not super attached to it at the end of the day. So honestly, I think I'll put it like right there. I think I could have put more thought into the background. I think I could have done a little bit better with the anatomy, but I overall, I don't hate it at the end of the day. Well, we'll see how it stacks up with everything else. And then next up is this one. Um, real quick, this is still really loud for me. I think it's okay. This is I love this one so much. This was for this was for an art contest for my favorite webcomic ever. It's called The Witch's Throne by Cedric Caballes. Or Caballes. However he decides it's supposed to be pronounced. I'm just doing it the Filipino way because he is Filipino. But yeah, this is I still think, I will never be able to make anything better than this. Like, the background is very simple, yes. Um, the anatomy, I think, still has, like, stuff to be desired. Like, the fingers here don't look terribly great. The hand is alright. I'm covering up a lot of, like, the struggle here with, like, the puffy clothes. This did win. This did actually, make it into the webcomic, which is really cool. Move my mic a little bit closer to move the lungs out of the way because the little plastic organs are still on my desk. But like, I think this is the peak of my art career, honestly. Like, there's no way I'm making anything better than this. Like, there's a little bit of a mistake here, and I feel, like, kind of stupid for that. But it's not, like, egregious, I think. Like, this lock of hair should have, like, continued over like that. But I was just stupid. I peeked here. I think I can still see, like, I remember when I first did this one, I could, like, I swear I could see it, like, moving. Like, the movement in this, I think, is just so good. The way, like, all this blood just kind of, like, swirls around. I think it's a really good use of, like, depth, too. Like, the simple background is, like, whatever, but it's the way, like, the blood, like, comes out here, and then comes into the front, it's all in the foreground, yes, but, like, it's, like, it comes, like, ever so slightly back and then ever so slightly forward just to give, like, that extra sense of depth, and I really, really liked the heart eyes on these, too. Like, this is good. I forgot I could zoom in. This is a lot better than having to use, like, my paint software. Yeah, I think the line work is super strong. I think the rendering is incredibly good. This is actually rendered in 2 different programs. I did the shadows on Procreate, so you can see, like, it looks way more, like, blended there, but I did the highlights in, Medibang because I ended up transferring it to my computer, to make some of the process easier. I think specifically with the lighting. I don't remember what part of the process exactly, but it's going up here. It's going up here. There's like, I don't think I've made a piece that like tops that this year, but I'm gonna have to see. Disco. It's the best one, no questions asked. This is the Stardew Valley thumbnail for when we played Stardew Valley a little bit on stream. I like it. I think it's very cute. I would put the whole thumbnail on the thing, but Johnny did half of it, and I just did like the background and other stuff, which, you know, I'm not like super attached to in the first place. It's really like this is my part of the whole thing. I think it's very funny, just like strange tiefling person walking up and offering fish, which I think is very silly. The whole reason for this was because Elliot is such a distinguished gentleman, and I thought the idea of offering just dead fish as a gift would be hilarious. But turns out he's like one of the only NPCs who's actually like neutral towards receiving a dead fish, which is hilarious to me. And I enjoyed the fishing minigame. I think the anatomy could be better on my little Sona here. I think what it was is just I'm not too used to drawing sleeves like this, and the shirt, I know I wanted to be able to like show this off. I probably just like should have just had it drop down more, because that's usually how my shirts go. But I like it. My favorite detail has to be the blue crystal earring, and I gave Elliot his earring back from one of his older sprites because he deserves it. Oh yeah, this is still like very cute, I think. I wouldn't say I cooked so hard for real, but I put that there like not attached. I love it, but I'm just like, I'm not like super like in love with it. Like this is like good stuff. This is the best kind of stuff that we've put up there. Like, we gotta draw a line somewhere. Like, even though I think a lot of my art is really good, it's like, it's really like a lot of like, how do I feel about it, and like, realistically, how good does it actually look? Yeah, down here too is like another spot where I just wasn't sure about the anatomy. Probably could have done better. Alright. Next up, we had like, I need to finish this. If you guys remember, I was doing this. I need to finish. I need to actually find time to do that. Probably after the dice stickers, just because like the big thing for me right now is that I really want to do the vending stuff. So probably do that first, and then I'll get through my stickers first, and then I'll do I'll come back to the comic. So this this is the next one. Man. I really liked this, and the pose was a little bit tough to do because I'm not used to drawing people from behind, but, I think it's really pretty. I like the inclusion of, like, the gold, jewelry in the braid. There we go. The thing finally, like, loaded. I think the hair is, I think I did really good on the hair. But I think, like, a lot of the shading is, like, wrong in terms of a lighting sense. Like, this highlight arguably doesn't need to be there, but I think I put it there just because, like, the shadow was, like, so dark. I needed something, like, a little bit lighter just to balance it out. I think the sword looks really good. Like, the blood here, especially. Now, I've never stabbed someone before, so I'm not exactly sure what that looks like. Usually in my head, the knife is, like, or, like, the blade, I should say, is, like, very, like, coated and everything. It's very, like, it's very dirty, because that's a lot of blood to go through. But I think the way that it, like, drips down here is, like, really nice. Like, having it go over the outlines, too. I think I made a good call there. That being said, this hand was incredibly awkward. I'm not sure I actually, like, liked the placement all too much. I think I was just, like, struggling. What might have happened was that I drew the braid and then erased this, and then I had no idea what I was doing and I couldn't, like, fix it. Or another thing as well, there's a little bit of a tangent here. Not particularly... I'm better at handling these now. I probably would, like, have this, like, continue upwards more, even though it doesn't necessarily do that. But I would do that just to, like, distinguish that a bit more. This hand absolutely just does not, like, I don't think it, like, works out that well. I don't know if it's because I should have just, like, moved it somewhere else or anything, but, I think originally I did want the hand, like, somewhere down here. And I ended up, like, putting it here because the issue was that the braid was in the way. So I had to move the arm somewhere else, and I'm all right with this placement, but I would have preferred something else. Overall, the pose is good. I think the composition is pretty good. I don't actually know any composition rules. Once again, I am entirely self-taught. But I like how it looks. I think the outfit is alright, just the standard, like, fantasy sort of blouse kind of thing. This rash on my neck. It's still here. It's, like, incredibly itchy. I think for the time I cooked, like, I still think the face could be better here. I still think this hand could be better. This I'm okay with, for the most part. This a lot could be down here better, but overall, like, I think it's still, like, a really, really solid piece. I like the speed lines here. I think they really, like, help draw the attention to the center, and of course the shading in the background helps a lot with that too. Usually I would have just done, like, a smooth gradient, but, like, this was such, like, this is such a brutal, like, scene, right? Like, blood's coming out of her mouth, out of her eyes, for some reason. I arguably don't need these, actually. They could have just been, like, regular tears. I'm willing to put this up here. I think that's valid for what it is. Because, you know, I look at this, and I don't hate it. I'm still very proud of it, you know? Um, but it is not topping this one. I don't know if there's anything else that's gonna go up there, like, genuinely. So, like, this is, because I got one of my favorite online artists to follow me back with this art contest submission. Like, come on. That deserves to be up there. But this, not so. I don't think so just yet. Man, I was really loving, like, the color, like, yellow and gold. Early 2025, wasn't I? This. I love Aerie. She's incredibly special to me. Let's see. The composition I think is good. I think she could look more flat on the ground, I think. She could stand to look more flat on the ground. I know her legs aren't, like, straight, but, like, the dress just does not, like, offer me a lot of room to show that. At least with my skill level. I think I tried to show, like, there's a little bit of a bump there, but, it's a little hard to see. I think. But I still like it a lot. The face could be a little bit better. I think I would have, if I had done this today, there absolutely would have been, like, more shading on, like, the eyelids just to give it, like, a little bit more of a sense of, like, depth and make it look a little less flat. I like the hands. The hands are alright, honestly. The snake is pretty cool. I think I could have done better on the horn placement. They're supposed to be, like, on the sides of her head, so I could probably move this one more back and it would look better with this one, or I can move this more down and it would look more in line with this one. I think when I did check the balance on it when I was sketching it, it was fine. Like, overall, this is a cool piece, I think. Her lying on the floor on, like, this weird surface with, like, a bunch of snakes and a bunch of snake plants surrounding her. I forget what these are all called. I think this is snake root, this is a snake plant. I had a lot of fun, like, researching that. The dress, I think, is probably my favorite part. Green and gold is just, like, a really, really, like, pretty color combination, especially if it's, like, one of those, like, really, like, muted metallic sort of looking golds, and then, like a really, like, dark earthy green. I think it looks cool. Very regal. I like the roots here, because, again, she is a druid. Probably should have added, like, the roots here on, like, the tail bands and everything. I like this little accessory. I definitely went, like, a little bit harder with, like, the details on this one than I usually do. Which I think is alright. Do I think I could have done better, though? Like, how much do I like this compared to anything here? I think I would put it up here, honestly. Like, I still love it a lot. So, you know, I feel like it deserves to be up there. Alright. God, I love Aerie, and I can't wait to get to the lilac piece. Because that's gonna be another reason why I really enjoyed that one. This one, oh, I remember a lot of people, like, really liked this one. Like, it actually did super well in the algorithm for some reason. I think this is entirely done on Procreate. This is one of the last pieces that I did, like, completely finish on Procreate, which hasn't happened a lot recently. I just start my sketches there these days. Right off the bat, this hand was... Oh, hello? Hello? Who's there? My card? Oh, yeah, sure. There you go. Whoopsies. Alright, back to this. I remember it did, like, surprisingly well in the algorithm, even though I personally didn't like it that much. I think the anatomy is actually, like, fine here. Like, it's decent. Like, again, I'm hiding, like, the fact that the arm is kind of, like, stupid to draw with, the puffy sleeves here. But, you know, it looks decent enough. I like the haircut. The haircut is definitely, like, really fun. I don't get to do a lot. I don't actually do a lot of characters with, like, fringes like this anymore. And I think the ponytail coming out on the side here is also really nice. This is a ukulele, which is really fun. That's like a silly little bard concept. Of course, just classic bard attire all over the place. I did have fun with like the earrings and like this little like eyelash here. I think she is a very, very fun character design. And again, I think I did really good on the hands, especially like here. The hand actually does look like it's going away, and this hand actually does look like it's coming out, which I think is really good. So the pose overall is actually really, really good. Like overall, it's a good piece, and I recognize that, but I think I want, like, I feel like I should like it more, and I just don't, you know? How should I describe? I think all it is just like the pink. Like I love pink as a color, but I have to use pink in like a very specific context in order for me to like love it. The way I drink, a shame because it is a pretty piece. It is a pretty piece. It is good, and I recognize that it's extremely good. But my genuine feelings about this piece is literally I'm not attached to it like whatsoever. Like yes, I sell it as a print. But I'm just not super, like, into the whole thing. Also, hi, welcome Batson. This is where we're at so far. Quite literally peaked here, and this is what it is. But yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. I don't actually know if anything is gonna go down here, because I've been, like, very, very, like, confident with my art so far. Or just in general. So, I'm not too sure if we're gonna have anything down there, but we'll see. I'm sure I have some stinkers in here. You know what's interesting? The colors here like look so faded, as flats, but like as soon as I like put the rendering in, it's very pretty. Here's an exciting one. How do I feel about this piece? I should have given each of them different backgrounds. Because it looks like they're all supposed to be standing next to each other, and that's my fault for making the background, like, as cohesive as it is. But, like, of course, because of the border here, they're not actually standing next to each other. They're not supposed to be, but I should have just done, like, 3 different backgrounds for them, so it doesn't give that effect. But overall, messed up Haley here. I feel so bad for that still. Like, I should have just used, like, a symmetry brush or something, but I wanted to freehand it, because I have a thing about, like, using symmetry pens like that. But I should have. Haley's honestly got it, like, the worst here, in my opinion. Like, maybe it's not too noticeable at a first glance, but it's, like, it's definitely off when I look at it. Like, especially, like, right here. A little bit in the eyes, I think. The nose, I think I could do better. I gotta work on, like, my front-facing, characters a lot. Abigail looks fine. I wish I could have done more with her horns, but the space was just so small that it felt kind of, like, trapped, and, like, I can still see, like, her jaws, like, kind of, like, a little misplaced. I need to change, like, this right here, like, not attached is not supposed to be like a negative thing. Like, it's good, but it's not. It's here. It's good, but I'm not attached. That's what it should be, really. Because, like, these pieces are good, but I'm not, like, super, like, in love with them. Ooh, the tier list. Yeah, we're doing a tier list today. We're midway through June, so I thought it'd be a good time to step back and see how we feel about the progress so far. This is, I think, a very healthy thing for artists to do, even though sometimes some of these I'm already like why? But let's see. Let's zoom in. I think the rendering, though, is, like, maybe the most solid thing about this. I like that this was, like, one of the first pieces where I experimented putting more texture on, metal surfaces. I think the way that the shadows and the highlights create, like, those different locks in the hair, is really nice. Still, I enjoy that. These hands are killing me, but fists are kind of, like, stupid to draw. Nice, I'm here for it. Totally agree. Self-reflection is good. Hell yeah, yeah. That's exactly why we're doing this. Abigail should have purple lipstick on her character sprite, but who am I to fix that, I guess? Best one is gonna be Elliot. Maybe I'm a little biased, but he does kind of serve. He does kind of slay as a wood elf bard. I think I said College of Eloquence, for him. I forget exactly, like, what I said, but, best one, he's by far the best one, no questions asked. I like that it's, like, very similar to his, in-game. You biased about Elliot? Never. Yeah, no, never, never. I mean, and that, to be fair, I don't mean that, like, I still, like, dislike the other ones, it's just, he's so fine, okay? We've established before, that I do like a guy with long hair. He is fine, he is. I would let that poet slay me with his tongue anytime, anyways. But yeah, I still like these two a lot. Haley's definitely my least favorite just because, like, I can see, like, the glaring, like, mistakes that I made. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. It's fine, though. I like Abigail's design. I like that I was able to include her tail down here still. I feel like I could have done better with, like, her holding the sword. But I think overall, just, like, for the piece and for how tight everything is, it's alright. The question is am I willing to put it here or here? This is hard. This is actually hard. I don't... See, because it feels like it should go, like, in between, like, these two, right? And maybe I'll just, like... Maybe I'll just, like, put it at the top, like, right here. Be like, it's, like, so close to being up there. Because, like, I like it a lot. But it's like, I can see the mistakes and they bother me. But I can't really go back either. And that's really what it is. It's like, I can see what I did wrong and it, like, bothers me so much. I think it's alright there, you know? Just, like, it'd be either end of this one or, like, top of this one. Something like that. We'll fix it at the end if we gotta. This! This is my, Displacer Beast keychain design. Obviously the keychain doesn't actually look like this, in actuality. It looks a little something different. But I like it a lot, actually. I think it's very cute. I think just making it look like a little domestic cat and then, having it, like, ready to pounce. It was interesting having to work with the extra legs. That's for sure. I feel kind of bad because there's, like, a different number of spikes on each sort of tendril here. Which, oops. But the keychain looks really good. And the color's translated just fine. Yeah, it's very cute. And I just think, like, animals are fun to draw, right? Like, me and Clive had, like, a whole discussion on how, like, animals or, like, furry characters were just easier to draw than people. This isn't furry art, but this is animal art. Some kind of true, kind of not true. Because, like, I still have to, like, look up, like, way more reference for this, because, like, this is, like, something that I'm not used to, because I draw, like, humanoid characters all the time. So this was, like, ugh, what am I doing? But despite that, it's not bad at all, I think. I would say, like, I think I cooked pretty hard with the design, especially when you look at the final keychain. I should get one of those out. Yeah, these are the extra stuff. Actually, no, I'll just open the ones that are in here. Hey, Goji, welcome. We're doing a little tier list. I think I picked hard for this one for real. And I'm only gonna say it because these keychains are so fine. Like, it's gonna be like so annoying to have to like show this here, but like, the whole reason why I think I like did so good on it is again because I have this, and it's like the holographic like sprinkles in there actually work like way better on the illusion part, but it's so cute, and I think just for the fact that this was the first piece of merch that I made for myself, I'm going to put it in the would-be A tier. Put that back in my vending stock. But it is gonna go at the end of it at the very least. Just like, I am attached to it, and I think I cooked so hard for real, for very, capitalist reasons, Lamau. Alright, and then what's... Oh yeah, I said earlier, okay, so earlier in chat, earlier in stream when no one was here, some rules and stipulations. I'm excluding my dice stickers because I feel similarly about like most of them anyways, and it's just there's like a bunch of them. And then I also said that I'm going to be excluding any art that I made either for like other people or like art raffles, because I feel like that would be kind of mean if I said like, oh yeah, I did this for this one person, but I actually feel really like bad. Like, no, that would be like ridiculous. Like, I don't want to do that. How have I been? I've been good. I've been good. Huge news, actually. You guys know that I am a dungeon master at my local game store. And I have some exciting news. Next week, one of my players well, okay. The full scope. Our other DM, his name is Max. He's gonna be, like, moving colleges, I think, which means he might resign from the store. Which means we have a new slot open for the Sunday one-shots, because I run mine on Mondays. So, one of my players had asked if we were hiring, and we're thinking we might have to because Max might be leaving. And he said, you know what? You know, Kyra? I'm going to write a one-shot for your world, my homebrew world. He's gonna write a one-shot and he's gonna run it next week at the store. And I get to be a player in that. I know, like, right? Like, that's so cool. Like, it's the fact that the one-shots that I wrote are so, like, captivating, like, the world is so, like, interesting and everything like that, that somebody wants to write something within the world. Yeah, it's so cool. I'm so excited. Like, you, literally, like, look, like, it's one thing to have people like and repost your art. It's another thing to have people comment. It is a whole other goddamn thing when people say like, "Hey, you know that homebrew world you made? Yeah, I want to make something for it." Like, that's, oh my god. Like, that is the greatest compliment I think any artist of any kind can receive. Like, oh my god, I was so happy. Oh my god, I can't wait, I can't wait. I'm gonna play Aerie, of course, because I love playing her, and I think it'd be really funny if I did. But yeah, I'm so excited. It's like the best news I've had all week. And I'll talk more about like what else has happened since the last stream as we finish up the tier list, because I don't think this will take 3 hours, right? Right? Anyways, but yeah, I'm excluding art that I did for other people, I'm excluding the dice stickers, and I'm going to exclude all of my ink studies, because those aren't really finished pieces. However, I will be ranking the one full ink piece that I did. So after the Displacer Beasts, it's this one, actually. Oh my god. I want to play Baldur's Gate 3 again so bad. Aerie and Astarion were such a funny couple. I like this one a lot. My one complaint is that Aerie is arguably too short, but I like... She's supposed to be 5'6", and then 5'10" with her horns. So her horn should actually realistically come up here, but I wanted her to be like down there, like her head to be like down here, because something that any character that I've shipped with Aerie, something that I like, or any tiefling character really, any character that gets shipped with a tiefling, I always love the idea of like when they hug or something, the person like rests their head between like the tiefling's horns. I think that's adorable. So I wanted to do that here. It was a little hard to figure out though. I would have loved to have like Aerie's face more visible too, but that just wasn't going to be possible with this. Starion's hands I kind of flubbed on, but whatever, it's hands. The Aerie's hand is a little bigger here too, oh my god. But I still like the piece, like, enough. I like the lighting. I think moonlight and firelight have to be one of my favorite, like, lighting combinations ever. Like, not to completely, like, derail, like, where we are, but, oh, I just realized I probably need to be very careful. Hey, give me 2 seconds to find the thing that I'm looking for. I would scroll down, but I realized that some of these might, there might be some NSFW here, and I might have to, like, hide that real quick while I look for the piece that I'm talking about. I don't think I did, like, the moonlight and the firelight as good in, like, the Aerie and Astarion one just now. But this was an older piece, like, way back in, like, 2021, 2022, something like that. This, I think, is one still holds up, like, very strongly, like, composition-wise. Like, it's very simple, just, like, black trees, night sky. But my favorite thing has to be the combination of, like, the fire coming up from the ground, and then the moonlight coming from above, and then, like, of course, like, some, like, middle, like, kind of lighting, just as, like, ambience. This is one of my favorite things, and this has contributed to, like, moonlight and campfire light being combined into, like, one lighting composition. I love it a lot, personally. But back to the Aerie and Astarion one, I have to scroll back up through all the, porn. Okay, it's not a lot, because I don't draw a lot of NSFW, but it was there, and it's just like, let me be careful about what I show on stream real quick. But I still like this a lot. I think I can comfortably put this, up here, just because, again, the lighting is really nice. I think I should have made this way more orange, but I like the golden tones just a little bit more for this one, just to really make the scene, more homely and everything. Escandalo. What does that mean? Speaking of Spanish, I have no idea if it's Spanish, but it looks like a Spanish word. For some reason, when I go onto Amazon on my phone, everything is in Spanish. So yesterday, I'm trying to look for some hypoallergenic earrings, because I think I just need, like, a very, like, basic, like, pair that I can keep in my original piercings, because they're getting irritated all the time, especially with, like, things that aren't irritating the second piercing. So, you know, that's confusing. So I go onto Amazon, and everything is in Spanish. And I'm like, huh? Now, you'd think it'd be my phone's language, but my phone's language is in Bisaya, and that's a Filipino language, not Spanish. So I'm just like, how did this happen? Sorry, it's Spanish to me, like, shocking. Like, the word scandalous, I don't actually speak Spanish. Oh, I see. All good. But that's good. That's cool to know. It's cool to learn, like, different words like that. Point being, though, my Amazon is just completely in Spanish, and it's really funny having to, like, sit there and read, like, which one of these is 1-day shipping? I could read 1-day shipping, or 1-day delivery just fine, just, like, with, like, context and everything, because I did take Spanish for 2 years in high school, but it doesn't make it any easier for me to read. I'm not fluent whatsoever. Anyways, back to everything here. I think the composition is nice. It's nice having it kind of centered like this. I think it's, like, where it needs to be. I think the trees in the background look really good. a few of my friends used to be overly dramatic about something that doesn't need so much drama inspired to be. So. Yeah. God, we have them too in Philippines. Telenovelas just make me violent. They piss me off so much sometimes. Just like, I'm gonna strangle someone. But also I get a lot of ads in Spanish too for seemingly no reason. Yeah, no, that used to happen to me. Like I listen to one song in Spanish. Like I'll listen to one song in Spanish and suddenly I'll get like 5 ads in Spanish and I'm like, sure, you know what? Yeah, fine. I live in Southern California. That's what I'm saying. Real. Yeah. I think the trees look really good here. I think they look a lot stronger in terms of like adding like depth and stuff and details. Like I know it's background stuff, so it doesn't need to be super detailed, but I think the way that they look here just like is really strong. The leaves could have probably done something more interesting with them, but you know, it's background stuff. It's not like the focus of the piece. It is a little bit distracting that like the oranges like there. Probably should have just made them blue. Let's see. My favorite detail right here is this little glow on Astarian's chest. My favorite Baldur's Gate 3 comic that I've ever made did end with them doing the whole cut their hearts in half thing and sew the pieces together and put them back inside. Like, it's so funny that I took, like, the line in the song, I feel your heartbeat in my soul, so hilariously literally. I think it's great. I think it's, like, a cute little reference to that, but, you know, I don't expect everyone to know, like, or I don't expect everyone to have seen that comic, because that comic is, like, dated at this point. Like, the art style is, like, so, like, oh, what was I thinking? But, like, overall, I think I'm definitely comfortable putting it there. Which means we move on to our next one. Oh. Yeah, the Elliot Stardew bias is definitely not real. For stream, we decided to go with the romance novel, with the thing. You know, we still have yet to actually kiss Elliot on Stardew. It's just Johnny's been super busy, so we can't play it. The world is on his computer, so, or is on his Steam Deck, so I can't do anything about it. But I like this a lot. My least favorite thing about this is literally the flowers. I should have just hand-drawn them. But if you've seen camellias, you'll know that they're kind of stupid they're not stupid looking, they're very pretty. When I say something is stupid looking, I mean it's stupid to draw. I think this is still when I'm like, let me scroll through. Yeah, so this is still like when I'm like kind of experimenting with like lineless paint work and everything, like here on the dice. You can see me doing that. So I still wasn't like, I didn't still fully grasp on like how I was gonna like separate each petal. I just knew like I just needed like some really darker spots and then like some light spots to create like the depth and the definition. But that wasn't like really easy and it took a long ass time to do that. I should have drawn it. Or like at the very least I could have like inked it and like just colored the outline so it looked more painted. But overall, I still really like this a lot. The color combination, I think, is one of my favorite things here. I love this shade of green. I love, like, the gold vines. I think this is just, like, a really, like, cute sort of, like, thing. This is definitely something I'm willing, like... We're getting a lot of these right here, I think. I'm willing to put it, like, over there. Yes, I'm still listening. I'm sorry. I think what it was, maybe just like here in this period of time, there was just like a lot of like really good like art. And this stuff, there's still nothing up here though except for this, which I'm hilariously, like, here for. Because, again, this is forever gonna be my biggest flex as an artist, I think. And I love, like, the difference between, like, I just saw this. Look at that. You can see, like, our doodles down there. Oh my god. Anyways, this is up next. Like I said, I don't do a lot of furry art, but for some reason... No, we cleared up the reason. Clive thinks my furry art is better than my human art. And, me and Johnny had to disagree because both of us were there like, well, if Kyra draws people all the time and she never draws furries, there's like no way that the furry art should be better than the human art. But I still like this one. I think it's really cute. You can see a little bit of like that texture on the armor there. I think the fur looks really good. I think I did a good job at that. I was actually looking at references for snow leopards when I did this. I will say there is like definitely wind going on here, so I don't know why I just left these like that. I should not have done that at all. I think I did ink and color in Procreate, but I ended up doing the rendering in Medibang because Procreate's brushes just blend way too easily. They look too smooth. I needed something rough, because this is like fur, right? So I needed something like really rough looking. I think it's a really good piece. I don't actually remember how well this one did on Twitter, but I think it's pretty good. That being said, I think, I'm just not attached to it again. Like, it's good, but I just don't feel super strongly about it. This was just me, like, illustrating characters, that I made for the store, because I make pre-made sheets for the store, just in case people don't know how to, make character sheets, because, like, I didn't want to spend, like, a long time, because a lot of people were coming in, like, at 6, and being like, yeah, I came to play, but I don't have a character sheet. I'm like, well, we kind of need, like, the 2 hours to play, so it's like, I can't waste too much time. So this was the thing. Her name is Shika Amani. She's a snow leopard tabaxi, which I thought was neat, but I just don't feel super strongly. Like, again, the composition is really good. I think the dark sky, the windy thing, it's like a very, like there's about to be a fight here, right? Like, it's a good, like, wintry fight backdrop kind of thing. I like her earrings, too. I like that. But I'm just not super attached to it. Like I said, I love the furry community, but I'm not huge on, like, doing, like, furry characters all the time. You know, I like this a lot. This was a warm-up. That I did good with that. Oof, this one. I think I cooked really hard on this. I love Lilac. I think I like hers better than Aries, actually. I had a lot of fun with hers. So Aries was made for Year of the Snake, but I wanted to give Lilac a matching one because their whole thing is supposed to be like sort of like a yin-yang kind of deal, so like it only made sense that if Aries was like a portrait kind of thing with like a lot of like warm like yellows and greens, something like very earthy and natural looking, Lilac should be skewed something like this, and like there should be a lot of blues, and it should look very like dark and grim and everything. But the same, but like, you know, they're on the same axis of like, I'm gonna draw them in like a hot dress and everything. So let's see, where do I begin? This pose, I had to find like so much reference for this. I was like scrolling through Google, like, what do I do? Because it was really hard, but I like the pose at the end of the day. I think it could be a little less stiff, I think. If I did better on the clothes, it would have been fine, because it looked fine without the clothes, and then I added the clothes, and now it's like she kind of looks like she has like a hinge doll joint or something there. And I looked up a lot of like reference for hers as well, so I looked up goth wedding dresses, but I didn't want to do like a full dress because I wanted her legs to be visible, so I was like, okay, so it's gonna be kind of like a swimsuit type thing, and then like sort of a, I think it's called a half skirt. just kind of going around it. I think that was like way more interesting. Um, Obviously I need to show off her rib cage somehow, and so I cut this parts out of the dress, and I like the little underboob peak there. Some mycelium roots. I think this is a really strong piece. The only glaring like flaw personally that I always see, because this is like one of my phone wallpapers, this eye needs to be lowered like desperately. Um, but you know, at a glance, it's like a very like solid piece still. Oh my god, that's a that's a bot. Hold up. No, don't time out. Ban. There we go. Again, I think Automod is doing a good job of keeping it out of chat, but I'm still banning them. And then I did mess up on like this one bit here. This is a stone floor, but I'm still having rafflesia flowers and mushrooms and everything. There should have just been like a bunch of like bones and rotting flesh. But it's a circle of spores druid, so I wanted to have like something like more like plant-like. Granted, all of this should have been like dirt and not stone floor. So I feel a little bit stupid for that, but I think the rafflesias look really good. I really like the rabbit skull personally. Lilac reminds me of a rabbit. She's very like shy and skittish. But I think, but I do like to think of her as like a rabbit of sorts. Or like if that was her, if she had a preferred wild shape, it was that. So I always draw her with like some kind of like rabbit. Lately, I like her eyeshadow too. The veil is completely unrendered because I wasn't sure how to do it. There's a little bit of a oopsie there. I remember you really liked drawing her. It was a lot of fun. Like, all the clothing wrinkles made it like really fun to like render all of this. The pose was just really pretty. I liked this a lot. I liked like looking at the mycelium roots and looking at this. Like maybe they look a little bit like spider webs. I think they look decently enough like mycelium. Stuff that I get to draw like with like nature and everything. That's like some of my favorite stuff ever. It's the same with my D&D. I just like nature at this point. But yeah, I think without a doubt this is absolutely going like right here. I'm gonna put them next to each other just because. Look at them. Look at them. They should kiss. I should draw them kissing. It's Pride Month! I completely forgot how soon Pride Month was coming, and I was supposed to have art ready for this, and I completely forgot. Hopefully you guys can expect that next week, so... Oops. Let's see. Ooh! Oh, here's a fun one. Surprise! It's Pride Month! Basically. I was like, it's June already! Oh my god! Yeah, this one. I think this one had to have been like a lot of people's favorites. This year. God, where do I even begin with this? I had the idea because you guys know me. I love tieflings, so this is already like automatic smash in my book. But the fun part, you know how like people when they're on ships, like they'll do that thing where they're like hanging on like one of the masts or the poles or whatever they're called, and they'll like lean outward like that and everything. I'm sorry about like the heavenly light coming through my window. I should really get blackout curtains. But this was just one of those things. But I thought it'd be really cool. Like this is entirely the only reason why I did it. I really wanted to utilize the tiefling tail in the environment. Like, I thought it was so cool to have, like, a tiefling, or not only she's hanging on, like, this, for, like, the iconic, like, ship pirate pose or whatever, but to also, like, incorporate this. And that's where this came from. She's actually, like, a redesign of an old character, which is really cool, so it's honestly incredible to see how far I've come. I'm not gonna say it's a perfect piece. Definitely shouldn't have made this corner so like sharp. I should have like smoothed it out to give it more of like a lean kind of look to it. Looks like I spilled over some paint there. The hands I think are fine, honestly. Maybe I could fix this finger and that pinky. The eyes could stand to maybe be a little bit lower, but like overall, I think this is one of the only pieces we're gonna be putting at the very, very top. Like, well, what do I even say? It's the combination too for me of like the golden light hitting from the sun, and then like the stars from on top, like giving that purple thing. This is one of my personal favorites of yours. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think this has blown everything out of the water so far. So, or not everything, but like everything down here at least. Yeah, that's going up there. No questions asked. Um, Man. Yeah, this is how I like to use the color pink too. Like, I said earlier, like, not a huge fan of this one, even though, like, it is arguably a really, really good and solid piece. I wasn't happy with the colors. Here I used a lot of pink, as you can see, and this is the kind of pink that I like. I like hot pink. Hoo hoo hoo. Oh, this one's a fun one. Alright, werewolf cur. Oh boy. This one's cool. This one actually was like partially done in Procreate, so I did all the ink and color. I think a little bit of the background too. But I ended up transferring it to Medibang because again, I just like Medibang's tools a lot better. Werewolf cur is interesting. Cause there's a lot of spots where I think I could have done better with the rendering. Like, it just doesn't look that good in some areas. But the hair, I think, looks really, really good. I think it definitely sells, like, the werewolf kind of vibe to it. I like the teeth. Like, the fangs just kind of, like, coming out of the mouth really, like, shows, like, something, like, fierce, I think. You can't see it in the finished product, but, or in the finished piece. I don't know if I have, like, a... Yeah, here we go. You know how, like, use silver to fend off lycanthropes? My nose piercing is silver. But to fix that, I didn't want to, I wanted to pay, like, very close attention to detail. Like, okay, I don't want any silver on this one whatsoever. So I changed out the jewelry to, something else. Which I thought was a nice touch that you can't really see here, sort of. I guess you can kind of see it if you, like, squint. But, I think this one's really fun. This is, like... I still have to, like, give so much credit to a Drink, even, for suggesting, like, the red rim lights, because they add such a menacing and fierce vibe to the whole piece. Again, even though it's, like, a really simple background, I still like it. I think it's, like, perfect. And, the craziest thing was that I had titled this piece Underneath a Blood Moon, and during stream, it was indeed a full moon, which was perfect for me drawing this. That wasn't planned, but when I saw it, I was just like, I'm gonna, I know what I'm gonna title stream. Turns out that stream was actually during a blood moon, like, legitimately. Because Johnny and Clive were talking about it, like, I didn't even know. So coincidentally, yeah, this was underneath a blood moon. Which is hilarious to me. I think that has to be one of the best coincidences of my life. How do I feel about the overall thing, though? What a perfect coincidence. Exactly. God, my hair is, like, super long. It's getting a little long again. I want to trim it. I think... I think I'm definitely, like, attached enough to it to put it, like, in A tier. Like, somewhere up here. Obviously not behind, like, displays or beats. Those are gonna go there, but, I think I like it more than the Bloodthorn Aryan Astarian one there. I like how we still have yet to put something there, but we'll look at the final, like, thing and decide off of that. Ooh. Okay, so this was gonna be a card sleeve for the game store. I feel really bad because I still have yet to actually, like, print this and send it off. Because what I was supposed to do, I was supposed to take our store's logo and, like, fit it in here and, like, do everything with that. But I forgot, and I've been forgetting. I like it a lot. What I might actually end up doing is, like, I might make it, like, a little tiny prints that people can buy rather than, like, a full card sleeve. Just as, like, a little tribute to our cat. He's still alive and kicking. And in fact, he flashed his booty hole at me yesterday while we were trying to figure out character sheet stuff with another player. But I like this a lot still. I think the composition is really good. As my manager at the game store, my boss said in a Discord message, Kyra's actually following like 3 different composition rules here. Oh, hi, not Big Man James. Welcome. We're ranking art. Because of course we are. We're ranking my art specifically. But yeah, my manager, who I didn't even know was like into like composition rules and stuff, she was like, actually she's doing like 3 different compositional rules here by keeping the cat out of the center and making the shot way more visually interesting. And I'm just like, yeah. Yeah. It's so funny being self-taught. It's so funny. But yeah, I don't know where he pulled that from, but you know what? I won't argue. I like all the detail I was able to add. I feel like the room is still like a bit empty, but I think it's still like a really like cute thing. I swear to God, I was just watching a stream in my dream literally 15 seconds ago. That is crazy. Yeah, totally, definitely what I intended. Basically, because it's like, I don't know composition rules. I don't know these rules. I know them, like, somewhere in the back of my head, but if you pointed a gun to my face and said, hey, tell me your art secrets, I'll be like, I don't know. I just do it. Like I said, I'm self-taught. I've never taken an art class before. I have no idea what I actually did. I just know that it looks good. But, yeah, that was hilarious. That being said, though, this is merch for my game store. I'm not, like, terribly, like, attached to it. Like, I think it looks really good. But I would definitely, like, put it, like, somewhere in there, somewhere. It's called Vibes and Feelings. Please don't shoot me. Basically. You just gotta get, like, the right kind of vibe, bro. Like, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. You're just gonna have to start over, and that's why I hate the sketching process. Alright. Ooh, I love this one. Once again, I still need to work on, like, my front-facing ones, but, the MCR fan in me is coming out once more. This one was a lot of fun. I will say, very hard to get a proper reference because, the shot never is, like, super close on the ballerina. Need to cool breakfast. I'm assuming you meant cook there, buddy. But yeah, breakfast is good. Breakfast would be very smart. I had half a muffin today for breakfast. I think I'm going to gouge myself in fast food after stream. Nah, man, I want some really cold oyakodon. I can't tell if that's Japanese or Filipino. My brain is short-circuiting. Oh, that's a funny emo. I can't really see it all that. Ooh, I see. You're lurking. Gotcha. Gotcha. You're hiding back there. I won't lie. So the reference was a little tricky on this one. Das Japanese? Okay, that's what I thought. It was like... It almost looked like it could have been Filipino for a little bit, but I was just like, no, it definitely sounds Japanese when I say it out loud. This one was fun. I also inked this in Procreate, because I think it was like taking too long. I might have colored it too. But I left the rendering to Medibang. My favorite, I love Procreate's brushes, specifically because I can get like eye bags that look like this, and it looks really good. The reference was a little bit hard for this because throughout the entirety of like that segment of the ballerina dancing in the Helena music video, the camera's like just to illustrate, like, she's kind of like this in the camera as she's dancing the entire time. And so it's really hard to, like, get, like, a proper, like, close-up. Procreate's a funny name, yeah. That's what I use on my iPad. I use Procreate and Medibang. The innuendos are all over the place, but that's how you know they're really good art softwares. I took some creative liberties. This hair is actually longer than it's supposed to be, like, longer than the actress's hair. All this glitter is most definitely not on the dress, as well as the rose, but, let's see. I like it, though. I think it still, like, screams, like, MCR, like, emo kind of stuff. Because if you ask me, Revenge is, like, their most emo album of, like, the 3 most popular albums they've ever released. I've never really listened to, like, Bullets or Conventional Weapons, but, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge is definitely, like, hella emo, and I think this gives off, like, the right vibes. I don't recall who it was, but someone, like, brought up how funny the meeting must have been. What name could we give this product that shows creativity? What is procreation than not, creatively creating your own human being? Like, people will look, like, there are multiple ways to have sex, is all I'm saying. Like, there are multiple creative processes that you can put into your sex session. I'm gonna get shot. Like, somebody's gonna come up. Somebody's gonna, like, find my stream and be like, this person needs to be put down immediately. Like a dog. But yeah, I think the anatomy is alright here, because again, I was following a reference. I think it looks really good. They're just procreation. We're pro-creators. We are professional creators here. Like, that's what we artists are. We're pro-creators. Anyways, I like this one. I think I definitely could have done a little bit better, though. Like, just, again, like, front-facing, I don't usually do that a lot, so I don't think it came out that good. Arguably, this didn't need to come down, like this outline here probably could have, like, tapered into that, and it probably would have been fine. It's still just a little bit off, but I still like it a lot. Oh yeah, I listened to this song quite a bit when I was young. Yeah, I still listen to this song, quite a lot, because it slaps. Making the TikTok for this was really fun too, because it was just, like, a lot of, like, really, like, fast shots. I had a strange affinity to teenagers. Never say that again. Like, I hope your strange affinity to teenagers was when you were a teenager. Yeah, I was gonna say! Oh! Oh, the song! Oh my god! Oh! I just... You had me worried there for a moment. It scared the living shit out of me, if I do say so myself. So for those of you in the audience who don't know MCR's, one of MCR's most popular songs is literally just called Teenagers. I'm so... It's not my fault. I don't blame you. But my god, that was a... That was... Anyways, you know what? We'll just pretend that doesn't happen. Look on the bright side. We don't normally clip things on stream, so you're probably safe. What a jump scare. Anyways, how do I feel about this piece overall? I think one of the things that I like most is the background, like the black rose petals and the curtains over the red background. I think is one of the best things. Um, honestly, um, the person itself, I think I could have done a little bit better, honestly. Um, but I think I'm willing to put it in like it's good, but I'm not like super attached to it now that I look at it right now. But it's definitely going like way up here, I think. What were the chances I wake up and make myself sound like a predator? I'm so sorry, man. Like I did that is a wild thing. You know it's not like the first time like something silly like this has happened. When we were doing Apex and Aberrations a long time ago. This was years ago when I was like sort of still like regularly ish streaming. The Discord server that I made for the Apex and Aberrations uh, group, someone had posted like full art of their character, and the character is a Kender, which if you don't know, Kenders are like Kenders are kind of like about the size of like halflings or gnomes, I think, so around like 3 to 4 feet tall. I think that's what it is. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. And one my players were like romancing the Kender character and her character. So the joke was that she was gonna put like looks dateable, but because it's a Kender, another person put like who is this small child, and we all know that all the characters are like over the age of 18. By the way, I should say all the characters are over the age of 18. So it was just like a joke, like oh, because she's because the Kender character is short. We're gonna say like haha, who's this small child? But what the one message sent first and the one sent second. So it's just like it's the picture of the Kender. Like, who is this small child? Looks dateable. And that, it's just like, that was not the intent. But it was so funny. It was just so cursed. So, like, we were having a field day, like, screenshotting that over and over again. But yeah, no, there was no actual, like, pedophilia. Like I said, every character in that group was over the age of 8. Every character that was made in the group was over the age of 18. And it was just like a funny thing because one message sent before the other. But that's what happened. Anyways, I'm willing to put it like up there. Like I think it looks really good, but I don't know if I'd put it on par with these things just yet. I do like the desaturated look though. I don't remember if I put a filter, but yeah. Let's see. Where is the next? Ah, you can see this was the original like composition that I had for Rowan's thing until I changed it to the one that I have now. Ooh, Charlie. Is there any correlation with the short stature and the name being one letter away from Kinder? I don't know. From or kinder, I guess. I don't know. A lot of DMs actually don't like Kenders because they have a feat where they can literally just steal something off of the other players. So like a lot of them are banned usually, but like you know, if you just talk to your DM and be like, "Hey, can I do this?" It's just like, "Yeah, just make sure you know like you don't abuse like this one racial feat." This I still remember when I was sketching this, I was losing my mind over the arms here. Like, I was just about ready to be like, maybe I should just give up on this one. I'm glad that I stuck through, though, because I love Charlie's design overall. I think Charlie has, like, a really, like, fun, like, outfit. Like Biba said on the server, when we first did this, it's nice how revealing and non-revealing it is at the same time. Like, I think it strikes a really, like, fun balance there. Because that's one of my favorite things. Excuse me, one of the race's abilities to steal from- I'm not kidding. Let's see, so this is a Kender. Which feat is it? Flashbang. Yeah, sorry. Kender aptitude. No. No. Taunt. No. There's another, like, thing from it. Is the 7 God? I mean, perhaps. Physical description, names, traits. You just nimble. I think this is what it is. Nimble fingers. You just happen to acquire things which are not yours. You're proficient with sleight of hand. So even if it wasn't like you just automatically stole things, you were extremely good at stealing things. But another feat that they had was Kender Ace, which allowed them to like summon objects out of like thin air for like a certain period of time. I don't know where my character or my player got like the stat block then. Maybe it was this Wikidot page. Yeah, so this is Kender Ace. So at 3rd level, you possess the magical ability to pull an item out of a bag or another container as a bonus action. It's just all it was that like the trinket didn't last. Yeah, it lasts only for an hour. But that's what my player used. But they never stole things from the other players. Interesting. Yeah. They're really neat. Anyways, how did we get to this topic? I'm like going back here. I'm expecting to see like some actual like D&D stuff, and like no, it's my fantasy punk rock band. I mean, despite the fact that the anatomy I think just leaves me like frustrated, like specifically in the arms. Because here's the thing, I do know how to hold drumsticks. I'm gonna hold this paintbrush here. You wanna... Oh, hi Kira, welcome! So the way you hold drumsticks, if you guys don't know, you wanna put it like right there on your index finger, and you wanna hold it with your thumb, because you wanna be able to like let it, this is kind of gonna act as like a hinge of sorts, like this hold right here, because... the loose hold, yeah. I'm not a percussionist, but Johnny was when we were in high school together. So I kind of know. I know how to hold a lot of instruments, so it helps a lot with these kinds of things, but point being, I was losing my mind trying to like do that for this. Like, how? Because like you could still like curl your fingers around it. It's just like the whole point of having the loose grip here between your thumb and index is that so you can drop these fingers. You can have the drumstick sort of like drop and bounce onto the thing for to play certain rhythms. But yeah, that's what I was trying to show here. It didn't work out that well. I still couldn't find like a reference that I wanted, so I was like, ah. But overall, I'm still glad I finished it because I think the rendering is really pretty. Like right here in the hair, I think looks super nice. Her expression is really good. I love brown lipstick on her personally. Like she's got like a really pale complexion, the dark green hair and brown lipstick and purple clothes, which works super well. She's actually supposed to be a vampire in Vampire the Masquerade. That's originally what I made her for. The game never took off though, and she's just been like sitting in like character limbo essentially. So I ended up like moving her for like a D&D thing. Rather than make her a full vampire, I ended up just making her a dampire so she could walk into the sun, and I didn't have to explain too much. That being said, she still has like a lot of like her, you know, everything. Oh, I like this one, KK Bassa. I forgot how good that one was. I particularly love the tattoo. The number 13 and the lotus flowers are very representative of like death and rebirth, so I liked that a lot. Does she sparkle? Unfortunately, no. My vampires do, in fact, spontaneously combust in the sunlight, but dampires, I think, are practically immune to it. She could sparkle if you threw glitter on her, though. She probably won't like it, though. She's supposed to be very, like, goth punk, in a sense. I'm not terribly familiar with, like, goth fashion or anything. But I'm like, you know, I know the look enough, I think, so I think I did a decent job capturing it here. And of course, I like color personally, so I didn't just want to make everything black. 6, so they love dramatic exits. They're a band. They kind of have to be dramatic, you know? Um, but yeah. Um, I think... I think I can decently put this, like... let me think. Because it's good composition, right? Like, it's really good. I don't want to put it down here because it's definitely better than like the oh my god, don't go down. No, don't go down there. Sob. Um, it's definitely better than this. It's definitely really good and I am attached, but I'm also just like incredibly frustrated with the things here. Maybe I should have renamed these. You know, it's so sad. Like I tried like printing her and even though like I did all the color correction thing, there's still like a lot of like color bleed like here in like the spotlights and everything, so a lot of the details are super like muddied. I think I'm willing to like put her like at the top here. Like it's good, but I think compared to the other band members, she's arguably like the worst one, which is unfortunate because I think her design goes so hard, but it's alright. I still love the idea, though, like a dampire using wooden stakes to play the drums. Probably not effective at playing drums, but still really fun. Oh, this one. I need to tell this every time I say it. This one was hilarious on TikTok. There's personally, good, but also very not attached to it. I think I could have done better, actually. Just, like, actually planning out the background rather than sketching it after putting in the character and the prop. But I will say this video popped off on TikTok, I think, for one reason and one reason only. I was joking around and I wasn't sure what to caption the video on TikTok, and I put something to the effect of, I would let him pound me over his anvil. So it has, like, almost 2K views on there. Good for you. I just thought it'd be really silly. But you know what? I'm not going to... I'm not gonna keep using... Your parents would be proud. My parents aren't allowed to follow any of my other socials besides my Instagram, because at least my Instagram is sanitized. Anyway. I'm not going to keep doing stupid stuff like that on TikTok for views, because I just make the videos for fun. And I really wanted to use, like, one of the Longest John songs for it. It's the Hammer and the Anvil song. Perfect for this one. But yeah, I think... but all of that being said, though, I had a lot of fun researching this. So this was supposed to be, like, advertisement for my D&D workshop. Because, you know, for the workshops, we help people, build characters and stuff for D&D. And, I wanted a blacksmith. I wanted to draw something for the store, because I like drawing stuff for the store. So I ended up doing, like, a ton of research into, like, blacksmith tools, what anvils look like, blacksmith aprons and everything. So it was really fun, like, looking these up and painting them in. Like, these are all, like, painted in. They're actually flat shapes, and all of, like, the depth in the rendering you see, all of the depth that you see is actually, like, just painted in. Like, these are, like, if I turned off the rendering, it would just be, like, a flat shape, which I think is really, like, cool. I think it speaks a lot to how strong I've come to just, like, freehand, not freehand painting, but just, like, painting things like that. I like the idea of, like, a fire genasi blacksmith, because, like, you know, they're already partial to fire. And I want to make a knife at some point in my life. Yeah, me too. I would love to learn, like, smithing, but I think, I am a little bit too itty-bitty for that. I am, like, a 5'2" scrawny Filipino woman. I would get, I would get folded by... I would get folded in half by, like, so many people. Good lord, maybe I should be cooking next. Jesus Christ. Too late. Ouch. I like the lighting. I think it's very fun just having like the daylight poking in, but then like the stuff from the fire. That being said, this background makes me so mad. Like you could see like the little hiccups and everything just because I didn't plan it out properly. I should have, but I didn't. And it makes me upset. Like this still even looks off, so even though I like it a lot, just like I like the character a lot too. I think he's very fine in my opinion. I think this is gonna be one of the things where I think I could have just done better, but it's definitely going before that one. So look at that! Look at that! Oh, it's kind of looking like a pee-pee actually. Let's fix that. Oops. Oh boy. Here is... This is like my third tiefling druid, fourth maybe actually. Because I made one for the store. And I think I might have made another one for the anyways. This is Rowan. He's very, very fine doggo, yes. He's a moon circle druid, who likes using the wolf wild shape. He's very, honestly, ideal man's right here. Nice, long hair, horns, a tail, affinity for nature, fun little shoulder tattoo, wears jewelry, such a good boy. I agree. He is a very good boy. Maybe that's what I'm missing, dream guy right there. No, literally. Literally. If somebody came into my life looking exactly like this, I would fold. I would fold so hard. I would lose. Maybe that's what I'm missing. A good man in your life? Yeah. You can't go wrong with a good man, honestly. This was sort of like supposed to act as like a soft sort of like, okay, well I really liked the background that I did for my over the garden wall art. Could I do it again? Well, horns apparently. Oh yeah. Yeah, horns are fun. I'm trying to make my own horns for cosplay right now. I messed up and I can't get them to attach to my stupid headband. So I think I gotta resculpt them, unfortunately. Not to imply that I have a tail. I mean, you could have a tail. We're not judging here. I think I could have done better on the wolf. I should have, like, worked harder on that. Or a tattoo. I mean, I don't have tattoos because I have commitment issues, but, yeah, you can't go wrong with a good tattoo. Actually, I think if I did get a tattoo, I would like it to be the Danger Days spider from the album, because, I love the Danger Days album. That's my favorite one from MCR. But yeah, I love Rowan, and I love this piece overall. The wolf really is just... I want to love this more, though. Here's the thing. I want to love this more, but the wolf and the way the bushes are shaded, kind of irritate me a lot. I think the wolf could have been done, like, a lot better, if I just worked longer on it, and I should have. I really, really should have. The bushes I had gotten a little bit lazy with because I wanted to try something else, but it just wasn't working, and, I think I was rushing to get the thing in. I do like these little, like, ambient, like, sort of, like, bits of light here. I think that was really good. I think that was a good touch, in my opinion. And I might be marginally biased, but, he is, I think, despite those flaws, overall, I like the piece a lot, so I'm willing to, like, put it, like, up here. I should draw Aerie and Rowan together, because he's the reason. He's supposed to be her first love interest before he tragically gets killed. And then it's Aerie and Lilac, but, we don't think about that. Ooh! Okay, so this one's actually gonna be kind of interesting. Should we judge this one, like, all together, or as the 4 individual pieces? Because this was a 4-piece poster. I like the spider, yeah, the Danger Days spider is so good. You ranked the D20 cat so low. It's just, I just think I could have done, like, more with it, but I'm not sure what I could have done, so, like, part of me is, like, disappointed. That being said, I am still going to bring it to the store and, like, sell it as, like, prints. I mean, the spider you drew there. What spider? Oh. Yeah, we do like him too. We'll get to him in a moment. Um, I think we'll rank it as like the full thing, just cause, um, all four pieces are going towards like this one like full composition here. I think it's a very like simple thing, you know, like it's a very like easy background, nothing too complicated. Um, that being said, how do I feel about each of the characters? Each of the characters were like interesting to sort of draw, cause I wanted it to be very naturey, but I wanted them to wear like very like modern sort of clothes at the same time. So, um, obviously gave her like a tunic with like some nice stuff on it, gave her like the long nails and everything, eyeshadow, lipstick, all that stuff. I gave her like a necklace and like jeans and stuff. Gave her nipple piercings. I might have, not that I have nipple piercings, but I might have projected a little bit much onto her. And then I wasn't too sure what to do with Winter, but I really liked it at the end of the day. I think the green is like a very like cute sort of like evergreen kind of touch to it. Probably should have avoided using green though, because like there's already this, but you know, hindsight is 2020. I think this is gonna be another thing where I think it's like it's good, but I'm not super attached, because I know I just really wanted to do something like this. But at the end of the day, I don't think these characters like ring out to me, because you can tell when I put like a lot of like thought into a character. Like this looks like someone that you would want to hear like a story about. Is it like it's the same thing with her? You don't count because you're just me. That's fan art. She's visually interesting. He's visually interesting. These characters just, in my opinion, aren't visually interesting. I just kind of like, I'm gonna draw like pretty ladies because I like pretty ladies, and I think they're good, but I'm not like very attached to it. Like, I still think it's a really fun piece, and I had a lot of fun working on them because I got to like do like a bunch of like different character designs. But I think at the end of the day, I'm not comfortable putting them like up here. They're definitely like going like down here, like somewhere. I think like right here maybe. Probably there. Alright. I guess we're doing this too. This is sort of a full ink piece. Would it be wrong? Would you guys hate me if I just automatically like put this guy up here? Would that be wrong? I just like, because I love doing like silly art a lot. I used to paint when I was like 18 to 19-ish. Like I like doing like little acrylic canvases. But I never really like learned how to like paint people, so all of my stuff was always like very like absurd, surrealist kind of stuff. I really like goofy and weird things. So a spider wearing a Christmas hat with fingers for legs is right up there in my alley. And I particularly like this because I just did this with a brush and a dip pen. And I think I was able to convey like a lot of the texture and get a lot of the details in. I really like ink. Now, arguably I shouldn't like put this here, like I peaked here, but it's definitely going like hilariously high, I think. This was a redraw too. If you go to my YouTube channel, I think my profile picture is still like the original version of this. But I think this just shows like a lot of like progress with ink work and everything. Just like the thick lines, the hatching, the textures, even like the fingernails look surprisingly good. And everyone that I show, it's so funny because everyone is just like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, that's a great question, actually. But I am gonna put it like down there because just like compared to everything else, it is definitely not as visually interesting. It's just kind of funny, you know? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, I feel bad for Morgan because I really love their design. I think like the cloak, the crossbow, the birds, and everything. They're very like cool. I like the mole. I like the lip ring. I think they have like a very very like cool design. I just don't think I did that good on it. And I guess in my defense, it had been a while since I've drawn like something like really full body as to act like a reference. Like when I do my reference sheets like this, they're actually a different size from my standard canvas, I think. So it felt like very like squished, and I wasn't like sure how to like tackle that. But I wanted to get this design out because me and Vivo were supposed to be working on something. I think we still are. I just have to like get back to it. But yeah. And then I was struggling with the birds and everything. Oh my god! 1 second. Definitely still like the sort of like bags under their eyes, like, and everything. Well, I think what frustrates me the most is the hair. I wanted to give them like sort of like an undercut, but like with a fringe and everything. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, it would be so dumb to give like a ranger, an archer of sorts, a fringe, right? Like you kind of need like both eyes in a sense. Like I understand you close like one eye, but like you still need like both eyes at the end of the day to do stuff. So it just didn't make a lot of sense to me to have like their hair covering like one of their eyes, but yeah, I still like them a lot. Just not super happy with like the image itself, I think. So I'm definitely like definitely gonna put it down there. I don't think anything is in like desperate need of a redraw. Morgan just needs like a more like flattering like canvas to be posed in, I think. Or he just needs like a better artist. Who is next? That was a birthday gift, so that's not gonna count. This is all just like tiny ink practice. This one is so quiet. Blight. Ooh. Oh boy, this is like I don't know why like my monitor here wants to make this look more yellow than it actually is. But I can't change the color profile. So we're stuck. I'm stuck having to look at it like more yellow, but I think you guys are actually seeing it in like the regular color. I remember this. Yeah, me forgetting to draw the guitar strap. Me, yeah, you were there. This is not Blight's original design. Her original design looked, is she wears a bodysuit. She still has like the bright colors and everything, but she does not have pointed ears or scales. She was made for a cyberpunk red game. That being said, this is like one of her like armors that she wears in game, like the studded yellow jacket. And I want a studded yellow jacket at this point. I didn't even remember the guitar strap. Yeah, I didn't. Clearly, I didn't too. Um, but yeah, she's hers is probably my favorite of the Devil's Trinity, because that's the band name. But that's honestly kind of because Blight has such a cool like look to her. Like I love the swirling like yellow eyes. Um I think even with like the fantasy elements, they don't take away from like the fact that she's very like toxic, mean kind of thing, and I love the expression. Um I love that I was able to get the hands in like the right places too. Um she I do have it so that her pinky's on the fifth, her index is on the third, and that you could use this to play a psycho killer from Talking Heads. Um, I think the background is probably really cool. I think the lighting is insanely good. I love like the yellow and the purple. Um, Again, it looks better over here, like on my other monitor than this one. I don't know why the color profile has to like skew it so yellow. I love like her fishnets under her jeans. Like I said, she is my best character design, I think, to date. Um, and I think this piece overall just like highlights that again. Like she's such a good and strong character. Willing to put her like high up here. Probably before Rowan actually. I like her base that also has fishnets. They're actually supposed to be more like snake scales. I just didn't want to cover like the whole thing in scales because that would have been like too noisy, if that makes. You can have like a very noisy composition is what I mean, and you can be like very noisy with the details. So I like had like all like the cross things. I painted them in like this is hand done. I wish this was like I really do wish this was a brush, but it wasn't. But yeah, I think I like hers the best out of the three. Then what came next? This is still for this is still a gift for Biba, so I'm not gonna count that. Huh? Yeah, yeah, they're scales. They're scales. Because if you look up snake scales, yeah, they're kind of like that. I looked up like a bunch of snake scale patterns. They're kind of like that. Like they overlap on each other more, sure. Um, but for the sake of having it like on the body of a guitar, I think it looks better like this. If it was fishnets, I would have like had like less of those corners filled in. Yo, naked fish man. Wait, did I miss that anywhere? I think you're just. Oh. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now. We'll get there when we get there, don't worry. Okay, this was the last member of the Devil's Trinity. This is Doremi Solatito. Yes, that is a joke. I've had her designed for a while, I just never gave her like a full drawing. I like the mole. I don't usually do a lot of characters with moles, so it's always nice when I remember like those things exist. I like the studded bands here on the thing. She's got a lot of spikes on her, which I think is cool. Like the band is so like aggressively punk, and I love it. I love like all of them for that. I feel like with this one though, I feel like I kind of forced the green a little bit too much because both the two other members of the band are green, but she's a gray tiefling, and I was like, okay, I might have like probably could have like eased back on the green a little bit, but I think it still ties it all together. Yeah, I like her. She's got like a nice like dark green lipstick, muted green pants, and like the rest of her is just kind of like black and gray, with like some gold or bronze accents. I forget what color these are exactly, but I think at the end of the day, she still looks like really good. But I think I would honestly put her on the same level as Charlie. Like these two are good, and it sucks because she's like the lead singer and the lead guitarist, right? The bassist is the one who looks like the best out of all of them, and I'm just like, it's okay. We're gonna do a group shot of them. I'm still trying to figure out the composition. I might wrangle some friends to help me with like the poses, and if not, I'm just gonna go to like Hobby Lobby, mess around with their mannequins, take a picture of that, and leave. I'd be inclined to agree, yeah, no. Blight is automatically, like, the best one of the three of them. Like, I have no questions about that. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of funny. This was fan art for, the band called the Happy Fits. I literally just screenshotted a shot from the music video and redrew it. They did actually respond to my TikTok, and the lead guitarist, Nicole here, she actually responded she wrote like honored and then sob emoji, heart emoji. Yeah, it was really sweet, so I thought it was like really cool. I didn't know that they could like see like who was using their audios, and I didn't think that they were gonna click on my stupid little art thing, but they did, which I thought was really cool. Good thing they didn't see the anvil one. Yeah, thank God. I like this a lot. I think I'm willing to put this like in the I cooked tier list because let's see. There's a lot of like really cool details that I love. Like they have like both of the girls in the music video, they have like these really like shimmery like eyeliner or eyeshadow, so I really wanted to include that. And in the shot, the background is actually like completely dark, but I wanted to give it a little bit more light, so I had an excuse to use like both, so I had an excuse to give them like a little bit more, something a little less like, not necessarily like just the natural highlights. I wanted to add like something else. This was also the stream where we had to figure out how to make glitter, and we succeeded. We succeeded in making glitter, which is really cool. I like it a lot. I think it's a very, like, cute thing, and I think I did a good job with the screenshot that I took. Especially because, like, the screenshot actually, you don't actually get the top of Nicole's head here. Arguably, I could have put the guitar here. I think there was absolutely room for that. But it wasn't in the screenshot that I took, so I was like, you know what? We're just not gonna include it. We're gonna make this a little bit easier for myself. Ooh, that's, wrong one. Copy image again. I think I'm willing to, like, put it, like, here. Like that, I think. But, yeah. I think we're feeling pretty good about the tier list so far, at least. Ooh, and we've reached the top. Is this the naked fish man you were talking about, James? Sick. Thank you. We worked on this a little bit on stream. Oops. Copy image again. Let's see, let's zoom into his majesticness. I knew for a while, or I wasn't sure what, for a bit I was actually just gonna do like regular like daytime composition. But then I realized I haven't drawn a sunrise in a while, and I was like, I'm gonna draw sunrise. So I like this a lot. Very simple background, like, it's very pretty, like, skies are like one of the easiest things to draw. So, I had no problem with that. And it was actually, the hardest part was the sea foam. Which I think still could look better, but I think it is fine as it is. But overall, I like this a lot. I think, again, the combination of, like, the gold and, like, the light purple just creates, like, a really, really, like, pretty lighting. We ended up using that glitter brush again to, throw down the, like the fish scale sort of look here. Like, we have some of it like inked in, and that's fine. But you know, fish scales are also like very shimmery, so I wanted to add these as well. And I finally figured out like a nice way to do this sort of effect here, because it doesn't make sense to have some scales pointing downward and some scales pointing upward. So I figured if you had some like full ovals here to show like, hey, it's like technically they're all like that, so like I could have like put like ink like that. It just wouldn't have looked good. I'm trying to figure out like what I'm trying to say here. Point being, I like this one a lot. This is maybe one of like my favorite Elliots that I've ever drawn so far. I like his hair. I think, again, just like really, really good on the rendering. My rendering has always been like very strong, I think. Me and Clive have discussed that. Yeah, I definitely feel comfortable putting him, like, up here as well. We have a lot that I'm proud of, and I'm honestly really happy about that. Because I think it just shows that, like, I'm a very consistent artist, and I'm, like, consistently good. Which I'm happy about. And I think there's nothing wrong with thinking that a lot of these are just, like, really good. Right. Oh, should I have done this one too? I'm gonna do this one. Just cause this was genuinely meant to be a full piece. So this actually wasn't with dip pen or brush, this was with a fine liner, and then a brush fine liner. So I did look at reference for this. I am really, really good at drawing these for some reason. So what I like about this specifically is that I am really, really pushing the ink with this one. Like, with a lot of, like, my other ink work, there's, like, not really a lot of room for, like, texture lines and all this kind of shading, but on something as complex as the human heart, I am allowed to, like, go full way with this. So I'm, like, I'm already excited to do the organ cornucopia, so, like, you can imagine, like, how fun, like, this was. It's, like, a little, like, preview to that. I like that there's, like, little mistakes, like very like little minor things, but you can't really like notice it because it looks like that. People always are like kind of like scared to use ink because it's like, oh my god, what if I make a mistake? I'm like, yeah, what if you make a mistake? Oh man, that would be tragic. No, all it is just like you just cover it up with more ink, um, which is really cool. I think this one looks insanely good. I don't know where I'm willing to put it though. I think maybe like up here. Or that's like the peak of my ink work so far. I think it's fair to go up there. Man, we've really made a lot of art this year, which is kind of crazy. Okay, next one. This, however, is my first full-size ink piece. This was done on this canvas here that I have next to me. It's bigger than my face. How big is this? 9 inches by 12 inches. Yeah. This is actually kind of a redo of an older piece of mine. It was actually a painting. I'm gonna go get it real quick because I see it up there on my, wall. I'll be right back. It's gonna take me like 2 seconds. Let's see, grab this off the tiny easel real quick. The gates of heaven open every time I decide to step away from my camera. So this is actually a redraw of a stupid tiny canvas painting that I did back in, I don't even know when. And it is, again, a bird destroying a city with its laser eyes. Do you guys see what I mean by, like, absurd, surrealist, kind of dumb things? Like, this is the kind of stuff that I enjoy when it comes to being a fine artist. I'm not a fine artist most of the time, but when I am, I'm very silly about it. So, like, right off the bat, this uses, the dip pen, the brush, and, ink wash. So this is a combination of, like, the only 3 things that I know how to do. So I looked up a reference for a cardinal in flight, found a really good one, and I just kind of went from there. So a lot of this was just... A lot of the tough part about this was figuring out the texture, because birds have feathers, so I want to make sure that the bird looks, like, fluffy and feathery, but I don't want it to look furry, you know? So that was a little bit hard to, like, figure out the balance between, but I think with, like, these sort of, like, lines that look like that, and, like, just a little bit on the head, it comes across that way. I had a lot of fun with, like, the feathers. It was really fun lining them and adding all, like, the hatching and, like, the texture lines once again. More shadows, more hatching. The wings were kind of annoying because I wasn't really sure how to go about that, but I think it ends up looking alright and stylized at the end of the day. So now to the city. So these were originally going to have leaves on them, but I like the idea that the nature around the city is just kind of bare. I should have arguably added, like, some cut down stumps and everything. I think that would have, like, really sold the idea of, like, my hatred of urbanization and everything. What I did here to give, like, a sense of depth, the buildings in the background are a bit darker and their windows are less detailed, whereas the ones in the front have, like, different windows, different cracks, more details and everything. The city I was actually initially, like, really scared of because, straight lines and everything are something that I'm not particularly good at. But it ended up working out fine, I think. The lack of straight here, I think, lends more to the style and the, like, literal destruction that is happening due to the laser eyes. The eyes were, the lasers were an interesting thing to figure out. Me when my anatomy is coverage. It's stylized. I'm not saying yours, I just mean personally. No, yeah, I get you. No, a lot of artists will actually do that. They'll be like, oh, it's not an anatomy mistake, it's a stylistic choice. The way you tell the difference between that is this. If you are consistently doing this one thing over and over and over again, and it's purposeful, like, it's consistent, then it's not an anatomy mistake, it is a stylistic choice. An example of that in my art is this. I like to have like eyes that are further away from the viewer poke out because I don't like constraining the eye to the face. I think eyes are like a very oh, not that one. I think eyes are a very like pretty thing and I think they deserve to be seen in full. An example of an anatomy mistake on my end is probably like something like right here in like the shoulder. Probably could have like had this shirt come down more because it's like baggier, but like it looks like the shirt kind of like hugs the body, so it just looks wrong. Another anatomy mistake that I have right here. I think it was just kind of like really awkward to draw the arm, and I just couldn't really like figure it out. Um, but yeah, those are mistakes. Breakfast is done. Woo! Oh boy. Um, but yeah, the laser eyes were interesting because on one hand they're supposed to be very bright, so automatically it's like okay, well, I very bright, very like implied like color kind of thing, but I don't want to put like the ink wash over it because it's eye beams, they're light, they really shouldn't be darker than like anything. Um, but I didn't want them to be fully like opaque either. So within the sketch, I had to like do some of like this kind of stuff in there to give the impression that there was something like underneath it, which I think worked out surprisingly well. Um, so you know what? I'll take it. As for where I would put it on the whole thing here, uh, I love it a lot. I'm willing to like put it like up there, just because it's such a fun, funny thing. Man, you draw really good. You should turn these into NFTs. You know, there were some of Johnny's college professors. I think one or two of them would do that. Like they're really good artists. They would just turn their art into NFTs. I personally don't agree with it because NFTs bad for environment. Um, but I also understand like artists need to get paid somehow, and if NFTs were on the rise, and it's like, oh, all you have to do is like make you just need to make a exclusive monetized pick crew. I get it. I can't be like too mad at them for that because at least like you know their art was good compared to the other NFTs that actually got popular. Those pissed me off like a lot, but like you know when an actual artist is putting like time and care into their NFTs, it's like okay, I can kind of see the reasoning behind this, but I'm still like against it for the most part. But yeah, I'm willing to put it like up there because I think this is like one of like my best ink works to date. I still think this one is like up here with like that, which I'm surprised I'd feel that way about it, but it's really good. And finally, we have Vampire Cur. I don't like this as much as Werewolf Cur, actually. I think Werewolf Cur blows Vampire Cur out of the water. Um, I was struggling a lot with the composition, trying to figure out like a pose and everything. Like I was like losing my mind over like my iPad during my breaks, just like, why isn't it working? Because the sketching process is just kind of like stupid sometimes, because like you're working with nothing. Is the thing. But I did like do like some similar things. I kept like the same lighting, did the same effect with the eyes. I see an affinity with pointy ears. Yeah. If I could have pointy ears 24/7, that would be amazing. Um, I will say though, overall this piece is not bad. I like the candelabra, I like the curtain, I like the hand here. This is actually a surprisingly really good hand. This kind of hand is actually not that bad to draw so long as like you give a little bit more palm to it. It's when you have to draw the hand like flat like this that I find like really like annoying, because then it's like how people always say like, oh, this is like the worst kind of hand to draw, and I'm like, not really, because you have like a lot of like area that you can work with up here, and the fingers really you just need to like point them like more upward like that for the sake of exaggeration and selling the kind of idea that you want. Something like this, however, way more flat, way harder to work with. There was a Twitter trend for that, yeah. Again, this is not bad. This awful. Actually awful. Um, but yeah, I like the candles actually. Once again, all of this is painted, so this is just like another thing, just how far I've come with painting, which I think is, well, digital painting, not real painting. Um, I think the candles look really good, like the wax like melting is like a fun thing. The red candlelight I think is fun. Blood spatter on the walls. Um, this one is like mildly inspired by Witchy Woman from the Eagles, so of course I made like a little TikTok out of that and posted that today. Um, but I don't feel too strongly towards Vampire Cur. I think it was a lot funnier doing Werewolf Cur than it was this one. So honestly, good, but I'm not attached. Like, but I am willing to say that I like it more than Charlie. Alright. I don't think I saw Fursona Cur. Werewolf Cursona? If you want to see Werewolf Cur real quick, I'll scroll down to her. Where was she? There she is. There's Werewolf Cur. Next up is gonna be Tiefling Cur. The real Cur. The actual based Cur. I'm never saying that again. Because I think I've been needing like a profile picture update. But yeah, that's Werewolf Cur. And now we have to decide. I think these placements up here I'm perfectly fine with because this got me like once again this hold up. That's going up there for a number of reasons. Once again, I entered an art contest for my favorite webcomic, and thus one of my favorite artists. Got him to follow me back on, like, my socials. And then I won the contest. There were, like, multiple winners, which is, like, really cool. And, like, we all got to be featured in the comic for a bit, but, like, I'm not beating... I peaked here in my art career is what I'm saying. So I'm perfectly fine with these placements up here. Down here, pretty much the same thing. I think I could have done this better. I'll try and come up with, like, a good New Year's one when 2026 rolls around. But yeah, just, like, things that I could have done better. Good, but I'm not attached. Let's see. You're going last because you're good, but I'm severely, severely not attached to that one. The Helena one can stay up there. But I think I like the cat more than no, I think that can stay. Vampire Cur versus Dampire Charlie. What a showdown. Well, I like Doremi more than Charlie, first of all, so I guess that takes that out of the question. Vampire Cur is alright, though. She's just kind of alright. I actually like Helena more than her. But I like her more than the what are they called? Eladrin. And then finally, we gotta sort this one out. Let's see. What's the best one in here? I think it's Lilac and Airy. That like they're gonna be the best ones. I think I want something like this, and then those can stay down there. These could, yeah. I think that's gonna be our final rankings. So that is our tier list. Our tier list for all the art that I've made, almost all the art that I've made in 2025 so far. And we have a little less than an hour left of stream, so I'll probably get Medibang started up on that real quick. But yeah, how do I download this? Please tell me I'm not clicking a virus. Download image. Download. Instantly downloaded a virus, imagine. It's not in there. I like how the Smash tier list PNG is still there. I need to do that again. I'll probably like DM Biba and be like, hey Biba, when are you free? Do you want to do another OC Smash tier list? Or we might turn it into like an OC date night kind of thing. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and rename it to just so we know. 2025 halfway. Where's the rename option? There it is. Halfway mark tier list. There we go. It's not really halfway, huh? I probably should have waited till the end of June, but it's okay. Hey, nothing in F tier. Yeah, nothing in F tier at the end of the day. Like I said, I've been super confident in I've been really confident with my art lately. I think everything that I do so far has been like really good. I'm at a place where I'm like very confident, very comfortable so everything is like sick. And I'm very happy for that. But KK RoboSynth, I didn't even know that was a thing. So I don't think there needs to be anything in like the F tier, which is fine. And that's all it is, really. Just, again, I think it's me just being at a skill level where I'm like, yeah, the stuff that I make is really good. Alright. Let's see. Do you guys feel like we should work on Cleric Dice or the Hakaranda Dryad? I feel like working on this, just because there's way more to finish up there. The Cleric Dice is almost done. So I am doing a series of prints called Nature's Splendor. It's gonna feature some Dryads, it's gonna feature the Eldrin. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll open up like a print shop or something. Like an actual like proper one that's not my Redbubble that I don't use. Yeah, so this is the Dryad so far. She's gonna be like walking on like a river and everything. I'll put in the wood textures when I do the rendering, I think, just because it'll be a little bit less confusing then. Then let's see, let's get our background going. Put this back on. Alright. Oh, this chicken's almost gone bad. My word. Gone bad how? Like, is it just like hard and stale and old? Because if you could probably feed it to like a dog or something. That's what we do. If there's like a bit of chicken that I don't like a tendon or something, I'll be like, oh, Jimmy, come here, and I give him the chicken. Or like, there's too much fat on this bone. Why do you come here? Jimmy, Butters, come here. I'll eat my vegetables though. Like you know that trope in movies where the kid's like, I don't want to eat my vegetables, so I'm gonna scrape the plate like it's almost spoiled. Oh, I bet you could use that to fertilize some plants. I'm trying to find a way for you to like utilize this still. I don't know if that's how that works though. You think plants like cooked food? Probably not, actually. I just feel so sad having it like go to waste. You know? Let's see, we're gonna paint that blue. We're gonna give ourselves the little sky gradient. Clive learned about sky gradients not too long ago. He had like this really cool... Now I'm finished. Bro! Bro, say sec right now. I mean... You know what? I'm not your parent. I don't need to tell you what to do. I said almost. You know what? Fair enough. You know what you could do, actually? What I did with my coworker's leftover Thanksgiving turkey, because she gave it to us. Our family doesn't eat turkey. It's edible. Yeah. Our family doesn't eat turkey. But So I wasn't really sure how we were gonna eat it, because we don't like that it's dry. Yeah, you've told me about it. Those were some of the best sandwiches I've ever had. Like, I'm just saying. So, you know, you can, like, repurpose old food, turn it into something new. Which is not terrible, you know? I like turkey more than chicken, though, I'll say that. Like, deli turkey sandwich kind of thing. Actually, I don't want that gradient to be so big, because the horizon line is actually gonna be, like, right around here, so probably just have it go down like that. Yeah, sandwich so good, I can't stop talking about it. Oh, actually, let me put the gradient on a different color. Or a different layer, I mean. We actually have a jacaranda tree outside in our front yard. My dad hates it because that tree is always like piling leaves onto the driveway, and then or not leaves, flowers, and when the flowers get like crushed, they'll put like a juice and it stains the driveway and it drives him insane. He might have a little bit of OCD, but we don't talk about that. The family remains blissfully undiagnosed. It's hilarious. Like, I kid you not, none of us have ever been, like, diagnosed with anything, so it's, like, really funny. I kind of want it to be, like, a rolling hill, actually, so we're gonna... We'll actually, like, take the effort to, like... something like that. And then just take a layer, fill it in like that. I told Johnny, like, one day, because he was like, I just feel like I don't know if I have, like, ADHD or autism, because I feel like it'll say something like, that's, like, super, like, common with, like, ADHD, but then it'll say something that's, like, super common with autism, and I was just there in the car, like, next to him, like, have you considered, Johnny, that you might just have both? And he just looked at me like, very silly. Sometimes I feel like I have both because my brain will just be like, why? Why are you like this? Let's see, so, and then we gotta do the river. Like the pond. I'm actually gonna, it should really be like more up here, right? Something like that. And then, no, that's a bit too much. Yeah, down here is good. See, this is why you actually have to, like, plan out your backgrounds and not be a complete idiot like me. These KK Slider album covers are so silly. Let's see, and I think what I'm gonna do is... How do I want to do this? I actually haven't painted a river in quite some time. I don't actually know how to do it. The bright side, there's still a ton of KK Slider songs to get through, so I don't have to change the music for a while. Chat, you guys have like a favorite KK Slider song? Because for me it's gonna be KK Disco. KK Disco and like Bossa KK, I think. Those are probably like the best ones. Don't you have a guide on its sort of rivers? No, I have it for water highlights. Rivers are different because they're moving waters, so the sun doesn't get to, like, stay catching on the thing. This is the first time I'm hearing any of these songs. You've never played Animal Crossing before? That's actually kind of wild. Yeah, no, I don't actually have a tutorial on, like, moving water. I have it for, like, still water in a sense. Don't own a Switch. Tragic. You're missing out. The one on Switch is, like, so Filipino-coded because you live on an island. I'm kidding. I did try to make my Animal Crossing island look kind of like Philippines, but, it was very difficult. Because, like, there wasn't... When I played it, there still wasn't, like, a lot of content in New Horizons. It was just like, man, how am I gonna do this? I had, like, a really nice, like, sort of, like, street market going on, though. That was probably, like, the best part of the island. And then I think what I gotta do is I gotta add like a little bit of like a brown sort of like dirt layer, you know? Make that not as big, but and do something like that. Give like the river like a little bit of like some depth to it, and we'll add like texture and everything. Palenque. Yeah, street market, I think. I'm guessing just based off of like context clues. And then we're gonna do add like a little bit more. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna erase some of this so we can like a grass kind of thing, like a grassy kind of like grassy knoll, if you will. Maybe this dryad's about to get shot. I too wish to be shot from a grassy knoll. Just like have someone ready to go. Hey lady, drink some water. You know, I told myself before stream I was gonna get like a bottle of water, just in case you showed up. And then I got distracted because my dog, Butters, the border collie, he like rolled over on his tummy, so he was like, oh, I'm gonna pet his tummy, and then I was like, oh, look at the time, it's like I gotta go, and he grabbed my arm like that, and when he's like really strong, so like when he grabs your arm, you cannot like break out of that grip. Well, you can, you just have to slide your arm under it, because you know he doesn't have like thumbs or anything. But it's really funny because he's like holding on like, no, don't leave me, like, stay with Butter, he's so funny. Let's see, we're gonna do this. Probably just be like stuck doing like grassy sort of look for a little while, huh? Especially when he's a quarter of your weight. Yeah, he's 46 pounds and I am like... I probably lost weight, unfortunately. I'm probably like closer to 100 again. I used to be closer to 110, which was really nice because it's like, wow, I feel nourished. I feel complete. I feel somewhat healthier. And then I got the stomach flu, completely lost my appetite again, and I'm still struggling to get it back. Like it's definitely better now than it was like a week or two ago, but it's just like, man, I hate this. I love eating. It is like hilarious though how I'm like, yeah, I am legitimately paperweight. Like when I say I'm a scrawny 5'2" Filipino woman, I mean I am a scrawny 5'2" Filipino twig. I feel kind of bad though, because like one of my friends, she has like, what's it called? Why am I forgetting the name? Anorexia. And, she's like so jealous of my weight, and I'm just like, dude, it is not that fun. Imagine being like so hungry, right? So like you buy like a lot of food. And then, you know what? I bet there's like a better brush for this. Hang on. Let me just cover that back up. I'm still not liking this background. I was a little worried about tackling this. Okay, well, first of all, I think I actually want to change up the palette a bit. She's got a very like pastel-ish sort of vibe, so I think I'm gonna take this green, turn these off real quick. Take this green, and I wanna make it something more like this. Which means the water now has to look something more like this. Which means the dirt, well, I can change that. I can just like redo that. All is relative, yeah. Like, I get it. It's not fun being on either side of like the spectrum when it comes to weight. It's not fun being incredibly skinny. Because there's just like a lot of stuff that just won't fit you, and you'll feel small and weak, and it's not fun to like having to do like heavy duty stuff when you literally can't. And of course, I understand that it's not fun to be like morbidly obese too, because there's also still a lot of society that still doesn't cater to you. Like, it sucks that society caters to the average, but you know, what can I do? I literally can't. I'll be like really. It sucks because I'll be like really hungry, and I'll buy like a lot of food. I'm like 5 bites in, and I'm like, I can't eat anymore. I hate it so much. Because it'll be like good food too, like a good poke bowl. And it's like, shitting me. Actually shitting me right now. Actually, I think I'm gonna make this more like the bank. Reverse it, like something a little more like that. And we'll put in like some more texture. Like, this is just the flats for now, so it will look better. But yeah. I will say, couldn't imagine sounds rough. I know. I love food. Like I enjoy eating a lot. But my body hates when I eat, apparently. So I'm just like gonna strangle myself. I will say, it was funny. On Saturday, it was my cousin's graduation party, and I had opened because I wanted to make sure, like, there was, like, a lot of time, for me to, like, get ready, and, like, I actually had time to go, so I had been up since, like, 4:40 in the morning. On Saturday, I kid you not, all I ate was a piece of, like, a nice pastry, fruit, pretzels, and cheese, and I don't even mean like a whole apple. I mean like a little like snack thing. And then my coworker was like, "Oh, you should eat this gordita. It's like really good." And I was like, "Okay, I'll try it." It was really good, but it also made me incredibly bloated. So I was in pain for like the entire day. So fast forward to my cousin's graduation party. I'm supposed to be like drinking with him, and I'm like, I literally am in so much pain right now. I cannot. But I tried. I tried taking Tums. I tried eating sour candy because I know that worked once. It did not work, and I ended up having, and there was a lot of people I didn't know, and I was just like hiding in a corner, like I want to go home. It just like a lot of nervous energy, and at that point I was just like, I drank a little bit, and at that point I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to get my cousin's guitar and I'm just going to go outside, play for a little bit, do something with my hands, and to just try and relax. And it worked. I got over the anxiety. I ended up making like 2 new friends there, which was really cool. So yeah, at least that went better than like the first time during my cousin's 21st. All of that being said, though, I did not eat a lot on Saturday, so fast forward now to Sunday. Well, there goes getting shit-faced, I guess. I can't get shit-faced. I tried so hard and it didn't work. Fast forward to Sunday now. On Sunday, I ate bagels and some I ate a bagel and some chips. And I got really lightheaded, so I lied down and was just like, man, I'm really hungry. Like, why am I so hungry, right? I don't know, maybe it had something to do with the fact that I effectively ate the bare minimum over the past 2 days. So I was like, Clive, we're going to Miguel's Jr. because I'm incredibly hungry. We ended up going, I ate the whole burrito, I was so happy, just like, yippee! Sunday, actually, though, it was really bad at the Carl's Jr. that me and Johnny work at. So after we went out to dinner, I was like, let's go pay Johnny a visit, right? We went to go pay Johnny a visit, and oh my god, it was bad. The only time there should be 3 people running the store is like early in the morning, like 7 in the morning, or 9 o'clock at night. So it was like about 8 o'clock when we got there. There was 3 people in the store. They had like 40-something 6-minute cars. Drive-through time was through the roof, and it was just like, uh-oh. And, I offered, like, hey, do you, like, just want me to, like, come in real quick? He's like, no, it's fine. So later on, later on, so Johnny got to the store like at 1:30, like his shift started at 1:30. Later on, he texts the Familia group chat, and he goes, "Hey, so I might have to like stay till 11:30." I'm like, "But you got there at like 9. You're getting like a shit ton of overtime." And he's like, "Yeah, but like these people aren't showing up." And I'm like, "Do you just want me to come in? Like, do you just want me to come in?" And he's like, "We'll see." And then he texts me again later, like, "Yeah, actually, can you just come in?" So I get there at about 11 o'clock. The store closes at 12, by the way. I helped them pass out orders real quick, cover some breaks, and just ended up helping close the store, which is really, like, man. It was rough. Let's see, what brush do I want to use to, erase that? We got out, I clocked out, like, past 12, because Johnny still has to save labor, but I did what I needed to do, at the very least, so, can't really complain about that. But, Johnny and the other backline closer that was there, there's only supposed to be 2 people closing the store, but he had to train this other guy. They ended up clocking out, like, at I want to say, like, 12:54, that's when it was. It was just like, man, I hope the people who said that they were supposed to, like, show up, and everything get, like, reprimanded. Because what happened was one of our cooks had to, like, call off because his car, like, broke down over in, like, another city, so we couldn't make it. So it's like, okay, well, that's fine. We'll just, like, call in other people. And then they didn't show up, so it's just like, are you kidding me? So I felt really bad. We're gonna use this to get the desired effect of everything. But yeah, that was, so they said they'd show up, but didn't, essentially. So we had one shift leader, because what it was, we had to call in one person to be the backline closer, but that still meant someone had to train that person to close backline, because we only have a few, like, backline closers, like, at the store that could have come in at the time. So we called in someone else for that, but that still meant someone had to train. But that also meant we were missing a frontline now, and for a while, Johnny was under the impression that our frontline closer was going to show up. She never did. And it was just like, what the actual, like, why? We got that done really quickly. One person, she volunteered to, or not volunteered, but she said it was fine if she, like, stayed to close. But Johnny didn't really want to do that, because she's, like, not new. Like, she's really good at running the store, but she has never closed before. So I didn't want to, so Johnny didn't want to, like, hold her there, because it's like, okay, well, Kyra has actually closed the store before, so she's, like, more experienced with it, so arguably I should be the one to do that. So even though she volunteered, I just ended up, like, going anyways, just like, hey. Another reason why I ended up going, that particular coworker who said it was fine if she, like, stayed to close, she bikes, and I didn't want her biking home late at night, because that's just not fun, or safe. And I always feel bad for, like, all the closers who have to, like, do something similar to that. Before we had, like, a shift leader, didn't have a car, he had to walk from his apartment to the store, and he was a closer. I felt so bad for him. So it was just like, man, you know. Alright, I think that's looking good for the kind of texture that I want to get, so we're gonna grab the green color. No, what we need to do is actually, like, erase, just any blue that we see in there. But yeah, R.I.P. Carl's Jr. I'm gonna erase a little bit more here too, just to give it some cohesion, I guess, for the lack of a better word. I'm trying to, like, figure out, like, what I'm trying to say here. I have talked a lot for the tier list, so I'm little dry on, like, words to say. Man. I'm glad, though, that, like, even though it was, like, a 12-hour shift for Johnny, like, when I got there, We were able to like joke around and everything, and I think it like helped a little bit at least. Um, but yeah, it was just chaotic. Like I felt so bad when I got there, and I was telling them like, why didn't you just call me earlier? Like I would have shown up, and it's just like we couldn't. We had like too many people on the floor already, and it's just like, it's so frustrating. All right, so we're gonna take this now. We're gonna add some texture to the grass. This is my favorite way to do grass. So, goated. What's it called? Where's she? Goated fluffy watercolor brush here. Turn off the stabilizer real quick. We're gonna put like a bunch of like patches essentially. Oh, let me clipping layer this. Just like a bunch of those. Maybe like make some darker spots. Just like really like blend it in there. Make it like just less uniform and everything. Listening, by the way, I just don't have anything interesting to say. No, yeah, it's okay. For me, I feel like it's like way more important for me to have something interesting to say because I'm the person who's supposed to be entertaining up here. So that's why I get a little bit worried with it. But I don't mind if chat is a little silent. Just gotta find a way to keep myself like talking. Let's see. I don't think it's worth adding blades of grass there. So here's how I like to do. Actually, don't clip it. It's probably better if we. So here's how I like to do my grass. I saw this off of a tutorial once. We take all those shapes. We're gonna take these exact colors and we're just gonna. It's like, it looks like really, really good when I do stuff like that. When I do it like that, so it's just like I'm just gonna do this. This is how I've done grass for like a long time now, and it looks like really, really good. I won't really like make a tutorial on it either because it's not really like it wasn't really like my tutorial that to give. I got it off of someone else. Johnny showed it to me actually because I've always struggled like doing this, but like this has been like the best way to do it I've found. I peaked very early on stream. I won me. Real. I get that. It's hard talking. I'm like hilariously bad at texting people. My manager, it has gotten to the point where me and Johnny's like the general manager at Carl's Jr. has told Johnny Kyra needs friends, and I'm like, I know, but honestly, how dare she say that, Lamo? Like, I have friends, I'm just not good at talking to them. It's the undiagnosed tism, if I do say so myself. Oh yeah, we're just gonna be doing this for a while. It's gonna take a bit, which is unfortunate, but this is just how it goes. But you know, I still like how this like little like meadow is gonna come along. Well, we'll add some like little itty bitty flowers and everything. Look how that looks from afar. Not bad at all, honestly. Let's see. I'm just gonna like try and fill it up. Make the grass look very, very like fluffy and homey. And then come here. I still gotta do the wood grain tutorial. I've been forgetting about that. I should just like do it like real quick tonight. But I'm opening tomorrow actually. Oh my god, I'm opening tomorrow. Well, I should be leaving for uni. You have a good rest of your stream, Kermit. Thank you. You have a good day at university. Hope classes go well for you. I'm opening tomorrow. I can't believe it. Opening shift starts at like 5:30, but I always like get there beforehand so I have time to eat breakfast. Oh, that means I'm gonna have to buy breakfast today. Oh shit. You think McDonald's pancakes would be good after like 8 hours? I don't think so. Probably not. It's okay. On a side note, something that got recommended to my YouTube not too long ago. Apparently, there's for somebody made a transphobic Vocaloid video, which is confusing to me. And you know what the best part of it is? The song's not even that good. Like, actually garbage. Like, on par with Jackie's Box kind of garbage. Just really bad. Which I think is hilarious. So everyone has just been, like, memeing on it, but, I'm not gonna drop, like, the name of, like, the song or anything here, just because, I think the creator has been, like, thriving a little bit off of, like, the hate watching. Just gonna let it, like, die there. But it is, like, a really, like, funny thing to, like, imagine. Like, what on God's earth is going on with society today? I hope you guys can see, like, the blades of grass, by the way. I think they're very, like, cute. There we go. It's hard to get, like, the color to, like, go where I need it to sometimes. There's just gonna be, like, an empty spot there. I'll have to just be fine with that, I guess. Do that. Then more grass over here. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Oh boy. Man, at least I think it looks. At least I hope it looks good. I think it does. I haven't done grass in a while, actually, now that I think about it. Last one was probably going to be for that one airy piece that we ranked earlier today on stream. Yeah, that's been a while. And even then it wasn't really, like, a lot. Let's see. Looking pretty good so far, I think. So much of what I do is just like, well, I think it looks good, so I'm gonna keep doing whatever. I'm just gonna keep doing it. There we go. There we go. Some stuff there. Actually, I'm gonna turn off the thing here, just so we don't accidentally pick up some of the gray. I'm on the wrong layer, that's why. It's like, hang on. That was working 2 minutes ago. Alright, and then put the little leaves up here too. I really do love drawing stuff from nature at the end of the day. I would have taken reference from, like, the actual tree we have outside, but I didn't feel like going out at night. Or in the day, really. It's cooler today, which is nice. I'm glad, like, the days that I stream have been, like, a lot, like, cooler than, like, most of everything else lately. But I'm still, like, it's not gonna last. It's not a cursed stream unless I'm complaining about the dreaded, summer season that's coming up. It's a shame that, like, summer has, like, such a good aesthetic sometimes, because, like, I just hate summer with, like, a burning, passionate, ire. Me and my friend at work, we both hate summer so much. She's the same person who, bikes to work every day, and I was just like, you're not biking home at, like, 12 in the morning, I'm sorry. Don't actually cover that. But so we both agree that, like, heat is, like, the worst goddamn thing in the entire world. And, but I did say this. I was like, okay, well, like, At the very least, like, I kind of hate living here in California, but at least California isn't, like, miserably humid. Like, humidity, like, genuinely just, I would peel off my skin. Um, actually, no, keep that on. I don't want to do the whole background. Um, and then she just goes, don't go to Florida. I'm like, I know not to go to Florida, don't worry. You won't catch me there unless I'm being, like, dragged there by one of my psychotic friends who are from Florida. And they go, like, oh, I actually like humidity more than dry heat. And I'm like, you want to feel like you're in, like, a sauna constantly? Like, you really want to have your clothes, like, cling onto you, like, so badly like that? There is no bright side with humidity. With dry heat, at least, like, the wind usually feels cooler. The, like, the wind usually feels cooler. The shade is better. With humidity, it's like everything is miserable. And, I still remember, like, my Washington, D.C. experience with it. Because we were there, in, like, in the middle of summer in 2019. And it was fine for a bit. And then it rained for, like, 5 minutes. But those 5 minutes were enough for all of the moisture to be in the air. And it was awful. All of that to say, my friend was just like, I feel bad for people who live in, like, humid places. And wear glasses because they have to have, like, windshield wipers. I'm just like, yeah, it does get foggy. It's the same, like, when you're eating ramen, too. Like, I'll be eating ramen for breakfast in the morning. And, like, it just, like, completely covers the glasses, and I'm just like, man, I would love to see what I'm doing right now. Let's see. Ooh, and, like, Ren Fair is also back in, the city, too. Once again, it is literally right outside my house, so, Lamau. Um, we're gonna be going on the 14th, so I'm trying to plan a costume for that. I could just go as Aerie again, that's what I did last year. But I have, like, a bunch of other stuff, and I'm like, I want to wear, like, the rest, but also part of me is, like, thinking, like, some of these are, like, cloaks, and it's gonna be, like, really hot. I don't know if I should. So very heavily, like, debating on that, in a sense. Let's see. It's like so hard to do this, like, on, like, a smaller scale in the back here, because, you know, it's like in the very back, so I don't want the blades of grass to be, like, too big. They're just kind of, like, looking like that. Me when I have to hand do everything. It's like, it's not that I hate the process, it's just that the process is, like, so long. It's like, how long, like, I'm gonna be here for ages. And then again, this is, like, kind of the fun part. I'm just gonna pretend that there's, like, some, like, bits of, like, other stuff down there, just to give this, like, a little bit more, detail. Something like that. Just have it, like, pop out of the bottom down there so people don't know. Yeah, I think that's looking like very, like, fluffy, soft grass. I would tumble down this hill, you know? I'll go a little rolling in there, probably, like, pick up some bugs. Crush, like, a little, like, ant family or something. Oh yeah, yesterday's one-shot also went incredibly well. I'm glad my players got through the puzzles just fine. I was very worried that they wouldn't make a lot of sense. That was, like, my biggest concern, that they were just gonna be there for a while. I was like, oh, I don't know what to do, and I'm just like, thank God. Like, Like, thank God they figured it out. Because they were, I thought they were easy. They were easy, but it was just like, I don't know. Like, I'm always concerned with like dungeon mass writing one shots and stuff because I'm never entirely sure like if something is gonna make sense. Like, because it makes sense in my head, but then like you never know. All right, and then honestly, things are like so like far back and like kind of blending in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna blur the thing. I probably should just for the sake of like everything, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a very good knower. I don't know a lot of things. And then take some of this. All it is just we're just trying to make this grass look nice and fluffy. I haven't saved yet. Oops. Okay, 15 minutes left of stream. We're getting through this fast enough. The other thing that's daunting about this is that there's still trees that I want to draw in the background. I still gotta put all the details in the water, which is gonna be interesting because again, I'm not good at drawing like moving water. I might look up some tutorials on that and figure out like something that works for myself. But we'll see. We will see. I should be able to get this up by Thursday. The goal is to have like way more finished art this week. I don't think I'm gonna finish every single work in progress sketch that I had posted. But I am confident in saying I will absolutely get like 3 pieces up this week. I already got Vampire Cur out, so that's 1 squared away and done with. The Cleric dice will be done. I'm positive I can get this Dryad done as well. And then maybe the Magnolia one. I actually really I like the Southern Magnolia. The whole reason why I wanted to do that one was because another color combination that I really love is green and white. I think that one's just like very like peaceful, kind of like tea room kind of vibes, or garden tea room kind of vibes. That's what it is specifically for me. And I wanted to do that for the Camellia Station one, but when I looked up the meaning of white camellias are very much like platonic in meaning, and I was just like, ah, shit, can't do that for the silly romance novel. So ended up going with the pink ones because they were still like, I wanted like a very like light palette still. All that being said, I still have yet to do something with green and white. So, a lot of my inspiration is going to be taken from, like, the Secret Illustration Rare, Leafeon cards. Speaking of Leafeon cards and Pokemon cards in general, I'm so happy that we're able to stock cards again at the game store because we haven't been able to because of freaking scalpers, but we ended up making them more expensive. Just a little bit so scalpers can't profit as much. And, we also ended up, limiting it to 3 per customer. So I bought 3 yesterday for my brother, and we opened those this morning. Nothing terribly exciting, but still, I'm sure he's still happy to have been able to what's it called? Open the packs. Why couldn't I remember that? I swear, and sometimes my brain really is just like fighting to like hold on to information. Like, don't forget this, please. It's so sad, but that's just how it goes. Let's see, we're almost done with the grass though, which is good. We should be able to finish the grass before stream. We got about 10 minutes left. And it's looking pretty good. After this, it'll just be rendering, which is never like a hard thing these days anymore. It used to be like one of like the most like daunting things, and I used to left things way more like
unrendered and everything. But at some point I was like, you know what, my art's way more interesting or visually interesting when I render, so I'm just gonna render everything. And ever since then, like, I've gotten like really fast at it, so it doesn't bother me too much anymore now. Trying to like squeeze in more shape here. It's not super visible, but it's okay. Don't all have to be winners. And I have to keep telling myself this is just the background. I don't need to worry so hard. Just like when my backgrounds are like on par. It'd just be nice if my backgrounds are more on par with like the rest of like the quality of my art. That's all. Okay, so we got that, and now with that I want to blur this shape right here, so we're gonna put that at 5, 10, probably 10. Oh shit. Would it make sense to merge all of this? No. Be that first and then that. Yeah. And then... yeah, no, 10's like a bit too much. 5? I like 5. Yeah. Maybe 4, actually. I'm gonna regret having, like, merged everything, but, it'll be fine. Yeah, so that looks good. That looks good, I think. And then, next bit of detail that I want to get to adding is, dirt here. We'll tackle the water last, because I just don't know how I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna take this pen actually, and we'll just something like the bank of the river is like coming up, right? So like we want some ridges, but we don't want it to look too solid, so I'm just gonna and of course I'll add like a backing like texture to it too. We probably won't need to merge it like the grass. I only did the grass just because like there was like a lot of stuff that would have been like peeking out if I had only blurred like the things. But I think I like how this looks so far. I think. Just like get it nice and figured out. See, do I like how that looks? Not really, actually. How am I gonna do this? Hang on. No. Let me think. I still like this pen a lot, so I think I'm just gonna... we'll do like one pass of like this, just kind of like not paying too much attention to like where I'm putting the lines. Because I think all it is just like, it's not rendered or like shaded yet. So I think I'm just like not liking how flat it's still looking, but it will look less flat by the time I finish this, I think. I want to work on this more, you know, it's getting to be less uniform than over here. Oops. Okay, so in that case, then just to keep the cohesiveness, we'll just stay relatively zoomed out, and I'll just, oops. Just keep a very, oops. light pressure. Just kind of keeping it away from all of that. Then... Okay, that's definitely like looking better. Then down, up, down. Just keep going like that. There's some water there. I still gotta erase it. It's okay. I'll get to that in a moment. Let's see. What are some other good KK songs? Because I don't remember them too much. Oh, KK Dixie is actually another really good one. Like the Dixieland kind of stuff. I like that one a lot. I don't actually recall if it played in the playlist already yet, though. It's alright. I think KK Rally is also a really good one. See, I haven't played Animal Crossing in so long. I kind of miss it, but like New Horizons just wasn't that fun. I think it's changed a bit now, so like there's more content, but it's just... I don't know if I want to get back into that. Well, one of the reasons why I didn't really like Animal Crossing was because it always felt like there was just like daily chores you had to do. Now you may argue that Stardew Valley is different, but to be fair, I still don't really like playing Stardew Valley by myself, because I always feel so overwhelmed with everything that there is to do. I don't entirely like the idea of like spreadsheeting a game. I'll do it if it's like a competitive kind of thing, like, oh, like, you're, like, competitive Pokemon, I know, like, people will have, like, charts and spreadsheets and damage calcs and everything, and that's fine, because that's, like, that's an RPG, that's, like, a numbers game, right? I don't do that all the time, but it is, like, like, I understand that a little bit more. Something like Stardew is just, like, I want to take my sweet time. If I want my farmland to have like a shit ton of trees and bushes and everything in the way, I'm going to have my farm have all of those trees, bushes, and everything and debris in the way because I think it looks nice. It looks way more naturalistic. Anyways, maybe I would just like the forest farm. But I like fishing, so I always choose river. We'll just add some like thicker land in there, just spread out kind of sporadically. Just to get something in there. And then now we can get to the shading and hopefully that will like fix my exact problem with everything. I always think that this song is like so interestingly like a little not lifeless, but just very like quiet and subdued. Because it is clearly a reference to Mario, but you'd think it would be, like, more, like, you know how a Mario game goes. It's got, like, very peppy music. This is not peppy. Which is just strange to me. This... We're actually gonna try using... I'm gonna try using the stipple pen, so... This is our original tone. We're gonna make it a little bit dark. I should have made those darker. Just like kind of casually just go around like that. Something like that. Oops. Back to 50. Just kind of like make sure like this is kind of in shadow, the bottom is like closer to being in shadow. Well, we're gonna be finishing up here soon too. So yeah, yeah, I already like that a lot more. Okay, so we're fine, we're fine. Not what I wanted to do. I was like trying to find like what colors like Jacaranda would, because I liked the brown here. But I swear our tree outside is like more gray, and I was just like, maybe it's just different depending on like the tree and its location and how healthy it is. So I was just like, yeah, it's probably fine. So I like this actually. I did draw this character before, but it was only just like a bust of her, and it was all right. Wasn't like super like in love with it. But yeah, let's just finish up the dirt here and then we'll call it there for stream. But yeah, get that, get some shadows going. That's looking good. I use way more brushes for like backgrounds just because like there's way more elements, but usually I only use like a few, like a small handful of brushes. Add more shadow here at the bottom too, just because it's up closer to the water. Then we'll add like some like little like glowy bits as we get to the water. So I think we're gonna do the rushing water first, just so we can figure out like where those like glowy bits are gonna go, like the reflection from the water. All right. Very fun today. I can't wait to post the tier list and like say my final closing thoughts about that. I hope you guys had a good time today on stream. I certainly had a good time just like looking back on all of the art and figuring out like how much do I actually like these. I liked a lot of them, which I think is really cool. Maybe a little egotistical of me, maybe a little narcissistic, but I think they're still pretty good. Like, I need to give myself credit, right? I'm a great artist. Trying to like sit so like the gates of heaven are not peeking in through my windows again. Trying to listen to this. I could have sworn the sounded a little bit different. Never mind. Anyways, this is KK Rally. I like this one. But anyways, look forward to, again, more art tomorrow, more art Thursday, more art hopefully Friday. We'll see if I have time. Tomorrow's I'll probably post like the cleric dice, hit die sticker just because I'm almost done with that one. And then I'll finish up this one tomorrow when I get back home from work. And it'll be good. Next stream is going to be Thursday. It'll be our last Hollow Knight stream where we attempt to squeak out some last little bit of completion. Don't bank on it. I don't think I'm beating Nightmare King Grim or Path of Pain. We'll probably choose like either NKG, Path of Pain, or like one other thing. Coliseum of Fools, I think that's what it was. We'll choose one of those three things and we'll probably end it there for Hollow Knight so we can move on to other games. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming along. It really does mean like the world to me when people drop by for this like stupid little thing that I have going on. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day, or a wonderful rest of the night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Or Thursday, I mean. Love you all though.